Coletco for Tuesday night's Facebook sale and our first Facebook sale of the week. So welcome, and for some reason I got the sniffles. I don't know why. Just noticed that. Let me get my chat pulled up here so I can see all of y'all's wonderful comments. Dang, Craig, Craig, I'm speechless. There's 4 people that beat you today. Donnie, Robin, and Carlene. Actually, 3. There was a lot of comments, so I hit the button and everybody was waiting. Everybody was waiting. Everybody wants to be that first comment. Well, welcome. We have an unusual amount of records to show you. We've had not only John pricing records this week, but Ed's been pricing records this week. Seth has been pricing records this week. I've been pricing records this week, and the stuff I was going to work on, or some of the stuff I worked on, I probably won't even get to show it tonight. So we've got a great show tonight and a great show Thursday night. And we're going to get started right away. Whenever you have the sheet, I'll need the pre-order sheet. Have you printed those yet? Okay. We've got some new vinyl that's come in. We've got some new vinyl that's come in that I haven't told you about yet. We've got some new releases that's already shipped for this week, and some restocks and stuff like that. So those are always exciting. I'm working on my first monster. I'm getting in the mood here, getting my energy built up. All righty. Still AWOL. Yeah, we've had some serious problem. Quick update on mail. I replied to 5 messages this morning by myself. A couple new customers that I hate when it happens with new customers, because new people buy records from us and then their packages, they're not lost, they just get delayed. But a few other customers that's been with us for a couple years now who get packages every week. We've got a couple packages. I think it was 1 week shipment. They're just held up. There's some serious delays on some shipments. So I promise you, they're not lost. We never have anything lost ever. We have trucks of mail go out of here every day. We never have anything lost. Could it be 2 weeks longer than usual before you get it? Absolutely. But there is somewhere or another, there is some serious packages held up. And so just keep that in mind. All right, here we go. I'm going to start showing records. We already got over 100 viewers, so welcome. And these are all new. This is all new stuff, either new restocks or new arrivals. And we have Radiohead in rainbows, $44.99. So the Radiohead catalog has been out of stock for some time. I've only got these. For some reason, I didn't have the bins back ordered, but it's been a long time since we've had this one. Radiohead in rainbows, $44.99. I have 3 of those available for sale. Radiohead. Next is Brooks & Dunn Reboot. Brooks & Dunn Reboot, and this is $29.99. I do have a waiting list for this. We had a couple come in. Tanner is working on printing that. By the way, the only printer that's working right now is in Doug's office. I'm overnighting some ink tonight. I forgot to do it last night, but I'm going to do next day shipping so we can have ink for our printer up front. I hate ink. I absolutely hate ink. But I will let everybody know who has one of these. There was 2 people. Brooks & Dunn Reboot, $29.99. Radiohead, Brooks & Dunn, and of course our weekly Stranger Things. We were just talking about this before the show. Stranger Things really knows how to make some music relevant again. This is seasons 1 and 2. This is the music from Stranger Things, not the score, not the soundtrack. This is the music from Stranger Things, $28.99. Zach Biley and Kenny Bale had the Brooks & Dunn. Zach Biley and Kenny Bale. I've got you down for one. Sherry Darnell, you get a Brooks & Dunn. And Chrissy Jennings on a Stranger Things. They have pressed. It's amazing. I thought these things would go out of stock. And probably the next time I'm going to go ahead and grab several. But this is amazing. They must have printed hundreds and hundreds of these, or thousands. They knew it was going to be popular. I'm waiting for season 3, though. We still haven't been able to get season 3. Seasons 1 and 2 is together. Season 3 is solo. And then, of course, Season 4 comes out later this year. Stranger Things sold to Chrissy Jennings. I got one of those left on hand. Yeah, lots of stuff that come in this week. 2 pages, 4 columns of stuff that's already been tagged that you were on waiting list for. You upgrade shipping. Yes, we can do that for you. If you ever want shipping upgraded, we can get you a quote. Of course, priority mail on a big heavy package isn't cheap, but instead of 2 weeks and risk it getting delayed, you can probably have it, especially Paul, you're in Murfreesboro, you probably could have it in 2 days, but it would be a lot more. David Cox wants a Stranger Things. I'm now sold out again, but Tanner's going to write down on a sticky note, Chad, order more Stranger Things, and I'll have those in next week. So if you want one next week, or they'll actually be in later this week, I can get you one. A Star is Born. I've seen, these are $44.99, by the way. I've seen someone post in the group that they had got this, and I guess we didn't have them back ordered, and we hadn't ordered them since the last time they came in over a year ago. So I thought, okay, well, I'll order a couple. This is the Star is Born soundtrack. 2 LP set, the complete musical experience, including movie dialogue plus 10 photo prints. Star is Born, $44.99. Zach Biley wants one. I have one left, and then if anybody else wants one, let me know. Do you have I do. I have Stranger Things 3 back ordered. They're just awaiting repress. And because this is Tuesday, if you're put on a waiting list for anything, so if you want, looks like Paul Brothers is going to be third in line for A Star is Born. Paul's will most likely be in on this week to get you on this week's invoice. And we usually try to keep everybody updated. So, yes, this is music. This is the music. Black Keys, and who else is on here? Yes. I guess it just has the tracks. It don't have the artist, but yes, Star is Born. I actually don't know a lot about the movie, so I can't tell you a whole lot about it. But yes, that's the one everybody wants. Okay, so Sherry Darnell got the second one, and Paul Brothers. I sing Black Keys. Is that the artist, or is that the name of a song? I really don't know. Somewhere Over the Rainbow. I don't think that's an art. I think that's a song. Trust Me, How Do You Hear It? Memphis, SNL. I don't really know a lot about that. I guess I need to see it. Put that on my music, or put that on my movie watch list, right? Paul Brothers, you're third. And Tim Holloway, if you want one, I think you were on that post. If you want one, I can get you one. They are available, and I can have them this week. So if anybody wants one, please let me know. Tim Holloway, definitely for you too. Okay, Oingo Boingo. This one's called Nothing to Fear. And I guess this is officially a reissue. Yeah, this is officially a reissue, but it's a new release. It says Black Eyes. Okay, my bad. I mean, Paul, Bob, you know I'm always going to misread something for sure. Let's see. It was $44.99. A Star is Born. Okay, but Oingo Boingo, this is limited to only 500 on black and red vinyl. Black and red vinyl. Oingo Boingo, Nothing to Fear, and this is a new reissue. A street date on this is actually Friday, $26.99. Brent Rabley wants one. And I think I've got 2 more. I do. Walt Cruz wants one. Brent Rabley gets one. Walt Cruz gets one. I've got 1 more. Yeah, Star is Born. I will show that again tonight, but they are $44.99, and we will have that in this week. And Tommy Flowers on Oingo Boingo. Third and final one sold to Tommy Flowers. That's a new reissue for this week. Next. Kiss Revenge. This is the U.S. version. This is the U.S. version, almost $15 cheaper than the imports we've had in stock. These just came back in stock. Kiss Revenge, $33.99. This is a reissue of their 2019, when did this come out? 90-something. I was hoping there'd be a copyright date on the back. There's not, but this is $33.99. That is the Kiss Revenge U.S. pressing. Trey wants one. Trey Mendenhall. And this is the U.S. version. U.S. version. They're usually cheaper, and I think most people that's trying to collect all those reissues, that's what they prefer. So, I wanted a Brooks & Dunn. If you can get me one for me. You can, Josh. I actually still got one here on hand. So Trey gets a Revenge. Josh Huddleston wants a Brooks & Dunn. And 92 is when Kiss Revenge came out. That's why it's such an expensive record. We have an original copy sealed, and they're about $250, $300 for a sealed one. I've never had one opened. They're always sealed when I get them. And Brooks & Dunn Dakota, this one's Josh's, but they're $29.99, and I will definitely have more of those in before the end of the week. Aerosmith Pump. I told y'all these were coming, and I was going to post one of those arriving this week kind of deals and let everybody go ahead and claim them, but I figured some things are fun to show live kind of as a surprise. Aerosmith Pump, $33.99. Aerosmith Pump. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. I've got 5 of them. Vernon Lehman wants an Aerosmith, and so does Jason Ivey. Aerosmith Pump. Paul Brothers. And Dakota wants on the Brooks & Dunn waiting list. We will do it. Brooks & Dunn waiting list. Monster. So, Vernon, Jason, Paul, Bubby Mercer, and Robert Johnson. Bubby Mercer and Robert Johnson. I will be getting more of those in. I think I've already ordered them. They may have already actually shipped them. So, just if you want on that list, let me know. I only had 5 of them, and the first 5 went to Vernon, Jason, Paul Brothers, Bubby Mercer, and Robert Johnson. John Sheehan, Kevin Tays, and Corey Wade. I will have you on a waiting list if that's okay. For some reason, if you don't want on a waiting list, please let me know. The way our waiting list works is when those come in, we'll just automatically attach it to your invoice. You don't have to be watching. You don't have to claim it. And that's how it works. And if it's something like we had 2 titles come in this week, I'll show them here in a second. They were from like months and months ago. We usually send messages and be like, hey, you were on a waiting list for a Dead Red Redemption soundtrack. It was from like 6 months ago. Besides just slapping it on an invoice, we kind of let you know. But if it's something pretty recent, we just go ahead and attach it to your invoice because we just assume you still want it. Kiss Love Gun has not been repressed yet. No, has not been repressed. Okay, this was kind of a request. Porcupine Tree, which I believe is a new album. Porcupine Tree, Closure, Continuation. Porcupine Tree, $36.99. Porcupine Tree, Closure, Continuation, $36.99. I believe that's a new album. That's actually on the top of the Discogs want list or hot activity. It's actually top of our distributor's bestsellers, so I'm glad somebody suggested that. But Porcupine Tree, $36.99. I've got 2 of them. The Polar Express, just in time. The Polar Express, just in time for the hottest days of summer. First time on vinyl, it says. Of course, this has been out for a couple years. I think they've been using that same hot sticker. Pressed on ice-colored vinyl. Polar Express is $26.99. Polar Express, $26.99. Brent Rabley on PT. I think that was Porcupine Tree. It is. Sold to Brent Rabley. I have one of those left. Bob Riger wants on the Aerosmith wait list. Jack White's new album. Yes, Jack White, we have a post for that in our group. That's a pre-order. That hadn't came out yet, but we have a pre-order for that. Booming in the Burrow. I'm looking that direction right now. It does look pretty ominous back there. It stormed earlier on my way up here. Patrick Johnson wants a Polar Express. Patrick Johnson wants a Polar Express, so I've got 1 Polar Express left. I have 1 Porcupine Tree left. By the way, so the collection, couple updates, especially for giveaways and kind of our show schedule while I have a lot of people on. And it's a lot easier to tell you live than make a post. Let me show the next record first. Phil Collins, Face Value. This is the first time I've had just a black vinyl Face Value remaster in some time. They made them for a picture disc forever, and of course I prefer this version. $28.99. Phil Collins. It's a gatefold pressing of Face Value. Of course, this one has In the Air Tonight on it. Phil Collins. That's $28.99. Kelly McDonald wants a Polar Express. The last one sold to Kelly McDonald. I will be getting more of those. And Phil Collins is $28.99. Can you get Just Push Play? Both of those are Just Push Play has never been reissued. Get a Grip has been, but they're long out of stock. They're long out of stock. But Push Play, that has been, they've never really ever reissued that one. Ever. So, all right, Phil Collins. We got Jerry Stone and Brent Rabley. Jerry Stone and Brent Rabley, and Tracy Miller, You Are Third. You Are Third. So those are sold. And Tracy, I'll put you on a waiting list. Okay, so the official drawings for our giveaway, I wanted to let everybody know so you'll know when to tune in. If you bought something last week or the week before, you're going to be entered in a multi-prize giveaway, meaning we're going to draw for multiple winners, probably as many as 10, 15, maybe 20. We're going to start that Thursday. So if you bought something last week or the week before, probably the way we're going to do it is you've got to be watching to win. And we're not going to like do them all at once. Probably like every 30 minutes, we're going to do a drawing. And we'll probably give away half of the prizes on Thursday and then probably do it again on Saturday. So make sure you're watching Thursday night on a chance to win. One, we're going to be giving away like a lot of $20 gift cards. So free records for you, free money. And only thing you got to do is be watching. If you already made a purchase, you're qualified. Also keep in mind, we'll probably do that same thing in another 2 weeks. So if you're making a purchase this week, it's probably going to qualify you in a couple other weeks. So long story short, make sure you're watching and make sure you buy records because you're probably going to get some free money. A lot of winners. Okay, Richie Sambora. This is a new release from Music on Vinyl. This was an exclusive through one of my distributors. This is Richie Sambora. But we're also going to do it on Saturday. I figured I need to do it on Saturday too because one, there's no way, it's very time consuming to do those drawings. But also I figured, well, if some people can't watch Thursday, they can watch Saturday. But it will probably be unfortunate if your name does get drawn and you can't watch. But either way, that kind of spreads it up. Richie Sambora, let me go ahead and tell everybody who got one of these. Where are you at, Richie? Terry Myers, Tracy McFadden, Robin Walker, and Scott Corcoran. This is Richie Sambora, Undiscovered Soul, $41.99. $41.99. Available on vinyl for the first time. Second solo album from the former lead guitarist of Bon Jovi. Produced by Don Was. And that is $41.99. Richie Sambora, guitarist for Bon Jovi. That's his second solo album. And we had several people pre-ordered on that one. So those are in. Have I missed any comments, Tanner? I don't think I have. Any claims? Tracy Miller on the Phil Collins waiting list. Linda Hasty wants on the Aerosmith Pump waiting list. Has Big Ones ever been pressed on vinyl? What was Big Ones? Was that Aerosmith? Oh, yeah. No, I've never seen that. We just have Aerosmith Greatest Hits. I've never seen Big Ones, though. Or Gems. That's another one, everybody. Everyone's always wanting Gems. We don't have, that's never been repressed either. Okay, Jamie Shears on a Richie Sambora. Jamie Shears on a Richie Sambora, and it looks like Derek Bowman as well. Derek Bowman. He misspelled it first. That's okay. We got him down for one. And I've got, I'm sold out of that. So if anybody else wants one of those, please let me know. Richie Sambora. Tracy McFadden wants on the Pump waiting list. Dolly Parton, Jolene, back in stock. Single disc reissue of her very hard to get OG album. This stuff, now that I think about it, I know when we get an original of these in, it's so tough to get. We never get them in her catalog, so that's why. Plus the song is so popular. It does have Jolene on it, of course. $26.99. I've got 5 of those available. Dolly Parton, Jolene. Now here's the agenda for what we're selling this week. Now that you know about the giveaways, tonight we've got new vinyl, vintage vinyl, and we've got new vinyl, another section of new vinyl, but it's from that collection we purchased on Saturday. A lot of sealed, out-of-print stuff, and we'll have the same kind of lineup. We'll have the same kind of lineup for Thursday. It will be new vinyl, vintage vinyl, and then more stuff from that collection. Friday, I'm going to Memphis to buy a collection. We won't be having a sale Friday unless I get back a lot sooner than expected. So that's kind of to be determined. And then Saturday we're having another show. All fantastic stuff. All fantastic stuff. All right, quick reef. This is our first bin, by the way. All new vinyl. Radiohead, $44.99. Radiohead in rainbows, $44.99. Radiohead in rainbows, $44.99. I still got all three of those. Have I missed anything? I don't think I have. Kiss Revenge, that's the U.S. press, $33.99, part of their remastered catalog. The new Porcupine Tree is $36.99, and Dolly Parton, Jolene, $26.99. Now, I sold out of a bunch of stuff that we have on waiting list, like Star is Born, and I'll show those again during part 2. John Wilson wants a kiss, and so does Christopher David. John Wilson wants a kiss, and so does Christopher David. All right. Let me grab our first crate of vintage stuff, because the stuff we got from the guy in Texas, I also got some pretty good auctions to put up for too. Richard Davis wants a Kiss Revenge. I've got one left now. One left of the U.S. pressings. Patrick, they are $33.99. $33.99. I got one left of that. I got some auctions to put up. Let me figure out what crate I'm going to go through first. Probably this one. They're all about equal. Some of them all of them have really good stuff in it. So, Patrick wants the Kiss, and that means we are sold out, and Hector wanted one. So Hector will have to go on a Kiss waiting list. Kiss waiting list. All right, so that one's Patrick Johnson's, and then Hector, you will be first alternate, if that's okay. Those were still in stock. So, all right, let's get a couple auctions rolling before we get into our first crate of vintage. This is from one of our most recent purchases. It's a very, very nice pressing of Poison. Look what the cat dragged in. It is a club pressing. It is a, well, actually, where is it marked? Club. Let me see the label here for a second. Thought it was a club.
Well, I think it says Columbia House on top of the label.
On top of the label, Ed has said.
If you look inside the label.
Yeah, manufactured by Columbia House. You are right. Yeah, it's nothing on the cover, but this is a club pressing. It is absolutely pristine, though. This is very nice. Should have an original, maybe an insert. What is this, a poster? It's an insert. I don't know if the retail versions had a inner sleeve. This one just has a standard white jacket or white inner sleeve. Poison, though, I'm going to get this rolling. It is very, very nice. $45 start. Very little small corner ding. Other than that, it is near mint minus. Near mint minus. Yes, so the $45 start on that. You bid in the comments. If you're watching for the first time, you bid in the comments. We're doing straight sales here. And then in the back, I've got a couple things up for auction you can bid on. You can bid on. So Poison's a $45 start. High in demand record for sure. So the Aerosmith albums. So yeah, Get a Grip it's available to order, but it hadn't been pressed in some time. It hadn't been pressed in quite some time. So, okay, we'll let Poison sit back there for a couple minutes, and then I've got a Michael Jackson album to run. We have The Ventures, $14.99. Golden Grapes. By the way, most of this stuff is from that one collection we just picked up, and I can tell you, this guy collected a lot of sealed stuff, and usually if I see people who collect a lot of sealed stuff, their vintage OG stuff is very clean, usually in shrink wrap, and it's very clean, very nice stuff. Nothing that's ever beat up. So that's where most of this stuff is from. The Ventures is $14.99. The Ventures is $14.99. Climax Blues Band, Reel to Reel, $14.99. Promotional copy sticker. Let's see if it's a, well, I can't get to the label. Well, I might be able to. It's up here on the top. Let's see if it's a white label. No promo markings on the label. $14.99 for that. So the Ventures is $14.99. Climax Blues Band was $14.99. We got Donnie Haney at $45 on Poison. Donnie Haney's at $45 on Poison, going once, going twice. Johnny and Edgar Winter Together, live. This is a white label promo, $24.99 with the timing strip at the bottom. Miles Davis. I was like, almost said Davis Miles. Miles Davis, Star People, $39.99. I've never seen this before. 1983, Miles Davis, $39.99. Near mint, near mint. Patrick Johnson's at 46. Patrick Johnson's at 46 on Poison. Marvin Gaye is $24.99. This is a great songs and performances that inspired the Motown 25th anniversary TV special. These are so nice. But yeah, that's a greatest hits of his. It's got everything on it. $24.99 for Marvin Gaye. Never have seen that exact pressing before. Mia Willis wants Miles Davis. That's sold to Mia. Patrick Johnson's in on Poison at 46. Dire Straits, Making Movies. This is a 180-gram repress Euro version, $29.99. Dire Straits, Making Movies, 180-gram repress, $29.99 on that. What's this say? Walking on the Moon. Who? Katie Moffett. Katie Moffett, Walking on the Moon, $9.99. Katie Moffett, Walking on the Moon, $9.99. Prime cuts from Savoy Brown, Rock and Roll Warriors, $14.99. Victor Boynton on the Marvin Gaye. Sold to Victor Boynton. If you're watching for the first time or hadn't watched in quite some time, same routine as normal. Comment what you want. It's a first come, first served basis. And we're running some auctions back here in the back. I'm about to put up 2, 3 other things. Poison is with Patrick Johnson for 46. That's going once, going twice. Michael Church wants Savoy Brown. We do $7 unlimited shipping. Thank you, David R. Howard. All week. So we just did invoices yesterday for last week. Some people bought all 5 shows or 4 shows. Some people only bought 1. It's $7 unlimited shipping, and you can watch as many shows as you can tune into. Unlimited shipping. What's this say? Let me check the label on this one. Legs Diamond. That's what I thought it said. Legs Diamond, $49.99. Wow, that looks very, very nice. Legs Diamond on Mercury, $49.99. Marty is in on Poison at 47. Marty's at 47. Scorpions, Worldwide Live, $39.99. These are very, very nice. I love seeing nice condition records. 50 million Elvis fans can't be wrong, $14.99 in shrink wrap. This is on the orange RCA label, $14.99 for Mr. Presley. Savoy Brown, Savage Return is $19.99. And Katie Lang, what's the actual name of the album? It's Absolute Torch and Twang. Katie Lang, $24.99. Shrink and hop sticker on this one, $24.99. Eric Johnston, Tones. This is $19.99. And Coal Miner's Daughter, original motion picture soundtrack. Coal Miner's Daughter, a German pressing with a unique German cover. That's not the cover we normally see on the U.S., but that is the film about Loretta Lynn, Sissy Spacek, $29.99. Robert Johnson takes Eric Johnston. Robert Johnson gets Eric Johnston, and Tommy Green was second. Tommy Green was second on that one. Okay, Poison is 47, going once, going twice. Here's auction number 2. This is a OG press of Michael Jackson's Thriller, and it's pristine. It doesn't have the co-produced by Michael Jackson on it, which is indicative is, and actually, hold on a second. Does this have something else with it? No, I guess this is, I'm thinking about the Japanese presses. The Japanese press has like 10 inserts with it. This has the original inner sleeve, and this is a $25 start. Michael Jackson Thriller. This is near mint all the way around. Very, very nice. $25 start. I seen that in the bin and I pulled it out. I was like, we'll put that up for auction. I don't know if we've had an OG beautiful pressing in quite some time. Patrick Johnson's at 48 on Poison. George Strait. George Strait, I've got 2. I'm going to show them at the same time. $49.99. I forgot to separate those. Greatest Hits Volume 2, which Volume 2 I think has some of his more popular songs. And then an OG press of Does Fort Worth Ever Cross Your Mind? Those are $49.99 each. $49.99 each. Twilight Zone the movie soundtrack. Twilight Zone the movie soundtrack, gold stamp promo, $29.99. Poison is at $48. Poison's at $48. It's a near mint club pressing, And that is going once, going twice to Patrick Johnson. Going once, going twice to Patrick Johnson. Will you be selling the Master of Puppets picture disc? If that's something they've announced, then yes. But I haven't heard anything about that until right now. And then looking for a $25 start on Thriller, the best-selling album of all time. Brian White wants on the Polar Express waiting list. Paul Cantor, Planet Earth, Rock and Roll Orchestra, 1999. 1999. Norman Greenbaum, Spirit in the Sky. Wow, I hadn't seen one of these in quite some time. This is in shrink wrap. $29.99. Wow, that is absolutely like something I want to keep. $29.99. Kathy Mattea, $14.99. Willow in the Wind. Reba McEntire, Behind the Scene, $14.99. Heart, Little Queen. This is a 2010 180 gram pressing, $24.99. Heart, Little Queen, $24.99. Debbie wants Norman Greenbaum. That's sold to Debbie. Brent was second, then Donnie Haney. So Debbie's first to that. And we have Brent, Donnie, and then Leslie Holt wants Kathy Mattea. That's sold to Leslie Holt. First on that to Leslie. Debbie Blair wants Climax Blues Band and Heart. Climax Blues Band and Heart. So that's back here, Climax Blues Band, Debbie, and she wants Heart. And what happened to Heart? Right here. Tanner, make sure Heart goes in for $24.99 for Debbie. $24.99. Tim Holloway, looks like you were second to Kathy Mattea. And a $25 start on Thriller. Just that hadn't got a bid yet. $25 start. And Poison is, high bid on Poison is $48. That's now going twice, going 3 times to Patrick Johnson. I'm actually about to sell that. It's been up for quite some time. $48, going twice, going 3 times. And Tracy, if you bid on this, you're more than likely going to buy it. Led Zeppelin, Houses of the Holy. This is $64.99. 1977. This says PRC Richmond pressing. PRC Richmond pressing. $64.99. Wow. That's very nice. Usually we've been auctioning House of the Holy because they've just been a lot of requests for them, but this one is first come, first serve. Sold to Brent Rabley, House of the Holy.
He saw the mats.
Yeah, he saw the mats. I'm going to show those in 1 second. You saw a turntable mat, Vernon. I'm going to show those in just a second. Poison is sold to Patrick Johnson for $48. We're going to go ahead and tag that. Brent gets Zeppelin. Poison is sold to Patrick for $48, which I think is a great price, by the way. And Thriller is a perfect copy, and it's the first press. That's why I wanted to put it up for auction. Has the original inner sleeve. It's near mint. It's beautiful. The only way it could get better if it was in shrink wrap or sealed or signed. If it was signed, it would need probably a couple zeros behind the 25. Maybe not that much. I don't know. I've never seen a Michael Jackson autograph before. 16 original jazz classics. Reefer songs. Reefer songs, $24.99. And what does this say? Make sure I'm reading this right. AC/DC Blues, Gay Jazz Reissues, $24.99. That's on that stash label. $24.99. $24.99. All right, so Thriller, 25, 25, 28, 25. Poison's already sold. Tracy's at 28 on Thriller, and Robert Johnson wants the Reefer song. Sold to Robert Johnson. Dire Straits, Love Over Gold. This is a Europe pressing, and I think it's 180 gram, $29.99. Dire Straits, Love Over Gold, $29.99. Victor is at 29 on Thriller. Joe Musser's at 30. Miles Davis. What's this one called? Amandla, $29.99. This is from 1989. Gold stamp promo. Miles Davis. Pink Floyd, Uma Guma. Pink Floyd, Uma Guma, $44.99. We've been auctioning these. Like, this is the third Seems like it's the most common Pink Floyd album. $44.99. Pink Floyd Ummagumma. 44. Very clean copy. Very, very clean copy. Thriller is now at $32. Mia Willis wants Miles Davis. Sold to Mia Willis. And Pink Floyd is $44.99. Orion, Rockabilly, the Elvis impersonator. $19.99. Gold vinyl. $19.99. Marty Kramer on Dire Straits. Sold to Marty Kramer. Vernon Lehman, you were second. High bid on Thriller now is Joe Musser at $32, like I said. First press. Original inner sleeve with lyrics. Top copy. High bid's $32 for Joe Musser. Going once, going twice. Chicago Transit Authority Live in Concert. Collector's Edition. $9.99. That's on some kind of offshoot label. $9.99 for Live Chicago. Loverboy. Loverboy is $19.99. Their self-titled debut. Tom Petty, You're Gonna Get It. Tom Petty is $34.99. Johnny Winter. Johnny Winter is $24.99. And Justin Hayward, Songwriter. Justin Hayward, Songwriter, $14.99. Victor Boynton's at 33 on Chicago, or 33 on Thriller. David Bosworth, first to Chicago. David Bosworth, first to Chicago. Derek was second. Victor was third. Ron was fourth. Mark Robinson, first to Tom Petty. Mark Robinson, first to Tom Petty. Debbie Whited was second. Frampton Comes Alive, $29.99. Peter Frampton Comes Alive. Mamas and Papas, 20 Golden Greats. Excellent comp here. 2 disc, 20 Mamas and Papas songs, $19.99. Joe Musser's at 34 on Thriller. Green River, Creedence Clearwater Revival, $34.99. This is in shrink wrap. It is a green fantasy label too, or excuse me, a blue fantasy label too. That is, whoever buys this, when you look at the vinyl, you're going to be like, holy cow. Green River, $34.99. Brent Rabley on Frampton Comes Alive. That is very, very nice. Does Songwriter have any inserts with it? Justin Hayward, Songwriter. It's got a inner sleeve, which appears to be original, and I don't see any inserts. No inserts. Debbie Whited, first to CCR. Tim Holloway, first to Mamas and Papas. John Young, first to Creedence, or no, that would be second. Debbie was first. Debbie, then John, then Donnie. So Debbie was first to Creedence. Alrighty. Survivor, Vital Signs, $24.99. That one's in shrink wrap. Steve Winwood, Talking Back to the Night, $19.99. Steve Winwood. Orion, another Orion record, $19.99. Ohio Express, Yummy Yummy. I guess that's the technical name of this one. In shrink wrap, $19.99. And the Buckinghams, Portraits, also in shrink wrap, $14.99. Is Johnny Winter and OG. Let me show you the label. It certainly looks like it, but we can't tell anything until we look at this. Wow, it is. I'm assuming I've never noticed or knew that record was on 2i, but that's very nice. So I'm going to say, I know for sure it wouldn't be on a 6i, but yes, I will say that's probably an OG press. Ron Phillips on the Steve Winwood, sold to Ron Phillips. And where are we at on Thriller? Because we got it lost in the comments. I've got Joe Musser at $34, going twice, going 3 times on Thriller. Going twice, going 3 times. Kansas, Wind Song? Song for America. Kansas Song for America, $19.99. Chad said Johnny Winter sold. I learn something new every time I have one of these sales. Steve Winwood, Back in the High Life. Steve Winwood is $19.99. Victor's at $35 on Thriller. Eric Clapton, Backless. Clapton, $34.99. Yes, Tormato is $14.99. Yes, Tormato. John Coltrane, featuring Pharoah Sanders, live in Seattle, ABC Impulse. And this is $64.99. The cover is about a VG. I mean, it's just got heavy ring wear, maybe a VG minus. Nice vinyl, though. Impulse. Coltrane and Pharoah Sanders, wow. Donnie Haney, first on the Kansas. Donnie Haney, first on Kansas. Robert Johnson, you were second. Marty Kramer, looks like you were first on Steve Winwood. And Mia Willis has so far bought every jazz record in the bin. We already sold one. Yeah, that was the Ron Phillips got the first Winwood. Yeah. And Mia Willis on Coltrane. Joe Musser back in on Thriller at 36. We've got Willie Nelson, The Sound in Your Mind, $14.99. We've got a Westwood One broadcast, Robert Plant. We was listening to the one from The Who earlier, $64.99. Robert Plant off the record. Off the record. Westwood One, 2LP radio broadcast. Robert Plant. This was originally aired July 7th, 1985. That's pretty close to, I can't do the math right quick, 15, 90, 25, 47 years ago. That many? No. I shouldn't be doing math while I'm having a Facebook sale. 1999, The Lemon Pipers, Jungle Marmalade, including Lonely Atmosphere. Never seen that sticker on it before. 1999. So Victor's out on Thriller. High bid is Joe Musser at 36, going twice, going 3 times. American Graffiti, 41 original songs, 37 years. I was about to say, that didn't sound right at first. 37 years, thank you. $24.99, American Graffiti, $24.99. I can barely talk and read at the same time. I don't need to be talking, reading, and trying to do math. This will definitely sell. That's one of our instant sellers, as we call it, American Graffiti. All right, quick recap on this bin. Just very, very fast. We recapped the bins. We've got a lot of bins to go through tonight. American Graffiti is sold to Tom Steyer on American Graffiti. If you want to know prices, let me know. Let me know. We have Ventures, Johnny and Edgar Winter Together Live, Dire Straits Making Movies, Katie Moffitt, Legs Diamond, Scorpions, Elvis, Savoy Brown, Katie Lang, Coal Miner's Daughter soundtrack, George Strait. There's a couple surprises left in here. Twilight Zone soundtrack, Planet Earth, Reba McEntire, AC/DC Blues. I don't think that has anything to do with Angus Young. Pink Floyd, Uma Guma, Orion, Loverboy, Cindy Jones on the KD Lang, sold to Cindy Jones. Where's KD? Right here, sold to Cindy Jones. Daryl wants to see Legs Diamond again. You can. And Sherry Darnell wants the Elvis. I'm surprised no one bought that the first time around. Brent wants Johnny and Edgar. Johnny and Edgar sold right here to Brent. The Twilight Zone was $29.99, Casey. Gold stamp promo. And let me show Legs Diamonds right quick for who? Daryl Jenkins. This is like pristine. It's just very, very nice. 1977 Mercury. Looks like that label Rush was on. It's a near mint minus, and that's a strong near mint minus. $49.99 on that. Randy Scarborough, price on Scorpions, $39.99. Scorpions is $39.99. And I'm not really for sure, Richard. That's what John has marked it. I don't know. This is the first time I've seen this record before. I don't know if there's something. It's not a promo or anything. It's got the original inner sleeve. It's got an insert with it, too. Let me show everything that's in it. There's an insert. There's that. Very nice copy. For sure. Say that again. They were helping me with my math. 37 years. How much was that KD Lang for Cindy? Scorpions was $39.99. How much was Dire Straits Making Movies? That was a 180-gram repress, and it was $24.99. $24.99. Yeah. Justin Hayward, yeah, Katie Lang was $24.99. Justin Hayward, songwriter, $14.99. Survivor, Vital Signs, $24.99 in shrink wrap. Then we had Orion, Ohio Express, the Buckinghams, Eric Clapton, Yes, and Willie Nelson. Actually, there's two more up here. The Robert Plant and the Lemon Poppers. Mike Langford, which is, by the way, Mick LaFoot. I guess we still have him as Mick LaFoot, right? However, we need to, that's Mick LaFoot. That is sold to him $24.99 on Dire Straits. Did someone ask about it before him, though? Kevin Willis did. Kevin, if you want that, you've actually got dibs on it. And then Mike is second. On that. All right, and we need to go ahead and sell this to Joe Musser. For, 1 second on that. Let me see that for a second. Joe Musser, what was the bid on this? $36. Thriller is sold for $36, and make sure make sure Dire Straits is $24.99. $24.99, yeah. I got Legs Diamond at the median is $40.27 on Discogs. I'm sure a sealed copy is active or sold for $99.99. And there's 9 for sale starting at $45.30. There's 9 for sale starting for $45.30. So maybe that's went up for some reason, but the median's about 40. It looks like probably a sealed one sold for 100, and then they start at $45.30. So that's probably why he marked that one $49.99. Seems like a very fair price to me, based on what I'm seeing on Discogs. I'm sure that $99.99 was a sealed copy. I don't know. I didn't click on it, but yeah, it's the average. The median on that's a $40 record, and this is absolutely pristine. This is beautiful. So. Records sometimes, what sometimes you think may be a $10 or $12 record, all of a sudden it'll jump up for, sometimes they crash too. We've had stuff that consistently sells for $50 and then it's a $10 record. And then sometimes stuff that usually was bringing $10 is a $50 record now. So you just never know. I'm going to move those over there. And let's get this crate. Let's do our newest new vinyl arrivals. First. Can I get one of those crates? Add that crate to your right. I'll take that one, please. Yeah, Xanadu. People ask me about that one now, the Xanadu soundtrack, and I'm like, wow, we used to have those everywhere. And I think the last time we had one, we auctioned it, and it brought like $30 or $40, and you're exactly right. Sound of Music used to be $1. I'll talk about that one, seems like every show. But I don't know. Something's used in a movie. The movie gets kind of reborn. West Side Story was another one. West Side Story is historically known as a dollar record. So, but okay. This has been out of stock for some time. These are $44.99. Eagles, their greatest hits. The Xanadu picture disc is extremely expensive. That's a very rare record. I think that's up in the thousands. Eagles' greatest hits, volume 1 and 2. This is $44.99. So this is an ultimate packaging here because you get every great Eagles song ever recorded in one package. $44.99. $44.99. 1971 to 1975 greatest hits, and then volume 2. If you can name an Eagles hits, it's on here. This is $44.99. And these have not been in stock since around November of last year. I remember we sold out right before Christmas, and I was like, dang it, because this one sells really good around Christmas. People give it for gifts. People getting turntables for their first time. This is like an essential. $44.99. And yes, they have gone up in price since last November. Everything has, but they're about $6 more than they were about 9 months ago. $44.99 on that. But I have sold a lot of these, so I'd say most of y'all already have either the OG or that. But if you don't, there they are, $44.99. Def Leppard, High and Dry. These came back in stock this week. Where's my list at? Def Leppard High and Dry. These are $34.99 if you don't have one of these already. Actually, I listened to this all the way through for the first time because everybody's been saying it's a great album, great album. I agree. I think I've now listened to every Def Leppard album up through like maybe their 90s stuff. And this is so far the best one I've ever heard from beginning to end. Kevin Shriner, Stacey Brown, Shepard Michael, Matt Algram, Richard Allen, and Michael Mofield. Kevin Shriner, Stacey Brown, Shepard Michael, Matt Algram, Richard Allen, and Michael Mofield. $34.99 on High and Dry. I've got a bunch of them in stock. Tommy Green wants one, and as you see, I got a stack of them here. And I think I ordered 20 or 30, or I had 20 or 30 back ordered, I think. Randy Scarborough wants one. Randy Scarborough wants one. Def Leppard High and Dry, $34.99. $34.99. Paul Brothers wants one. The next record is, I've got a bunch of them, whatever it is. Crazy Nights. Crazy Nights also came back in stock. So I had a few people still waiting on this one. Crazy Nights, John Sheehan, Scott Corcoran, and Taylor Johnson. John Sheehan, Scott Corcoran, and Taylor Johnson. But this is part of that new Kiss reissue series. They're actually 2014 remasters. They really hadn't changed them any. They're just always out of stock. Crazy Nights is $33.99. $33.99. Tim Holloway wants a Def Leppard. There's only 4 titles in this bin. It's some stuff we got a lot of stock of. Tim Holloway wants a Def Leppard. And Kiss is $33.99. Crazy Nights. Linda Hasty takes 2 of them. Linda Hasty takes 2 of them. Hector wants one. Crazy Nights. So to Hector. Linda got 2 of them. I'm going to Thomas Steyer wants one of the Eagles box sets. I figured we'd sell at least a few of those tonight. Such great stuff. We were just talking earlier about record prices. I'm going to look at some collections next week. I will give you all the formal announcements, but next week will be kind of strange because we got to take some buying trips. I'm going like maybe to North Carolina, and I'm for sure going to Pennsylvania, and not counting where I'm going to Memphis Friday. But some people have collections with records from the 90s they collected, like Buddy Holly or Gene Vincent, stuff like that. Some things that used to be valuable aren't as valuable anymore. And some people who have these older record collections, they have a lot of 80s metal and hard rock, and they don't realize it's as valuable as it is now. So they go to show me their collections, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not interested in that stuff anymore, but do you have any this or that? And they're usually surprised, what they have. So, okay, so Hector on Crazy Nights. Thomas Steyer got an Eagles. Billy Shears got a Crazy Nights. That's sold to Billy Shears. Bob Riger wants a Kiss, and Chris Gornsey wants a Kiss. Those are all 3 sold. Those are all 3 sold. Okay, so we had Billy, Bob, and Chris. Billy, Bob, and Chris on those 3 there. Next record is Lynyrd Skynyrd. Pronounced Lynyrd Skynyrd. This is $37.99. And this is the music on vinyl pressing. This is the music on vinyl pressing for $37.99. Lynyrd Skynyrd, pronounced Lynyrd Skynyrd. $37.99. I'm heavily distracted right now. There's 2 people standing at our front door, and they're just pointing and talking, and I don't know what's going on, but it's very distracting right now. Walt Cruz wants a Def Leppard. That's sold to Walt Cruz, and Brent Rabley also wants a Lynyrd Skynyrd, sold to Sherry Darnell. I've got 1 left in the bin, and I've got 1 more left in my Lynyrd Skynyrd bin. Music on vinyl, $37.99. 1 sold to Brent, 1 sold to Sherry. And Linda Hasty said, I will take a 3rd Crazy Nights. Well, you get the last one then. You bought 3 Creatures of the Night, so I guess you should get 1 of these. Okay, they finally walked away. I don't know what was going on. I was trying not to look at them because I'm trying to pay attention here, but they were pointing and talking and waving at me. Yeah. Yeah, well, a lot of people walk up to the door and they see me wearing a microphone, looking into the screen, and they have no clue what I'm doing. So, yeah, they got to wait in line for the autograph. Okay. Brent Rabley takes 2 Lynyrd Skynyrds. I've got 1 left, but it's over here in my Lynyrd Skynyrd bin, so I'm definitely going to grab more of those. All right, so the only thing left in here is two of the best-selling artists of all time, Def Leppard and the Eagles. $34.99 for Def Leppard High and Dry. I got a stack of them, so if you need to wait on that one maybe till next week, there's a good chance I'll still have them. And then if you want the Eagles, I've got plenty of those, and those are $44.99. $44.99. All right, I'm going to move this stuff over. Actually, let me move Dolly and all these over here, trying to keep my new and vintage. All right, let me go grab another crate of vintage. I've also got all this crate of new sealed stuff. Let me go ahead and show turntable mats, though. This could get interesting. Let me show them one at a time, or a couple at a time. Let me show our best sellers. These are probably our best sellers. Probably this one, probably these three. These are turntable mats. These are turntable mats. These aren't picture discs. Please don't try to play these. You can play this. It won't sound like Pink Floyd. It will sound like, I don't know, death metal. If you try to play this, it wouldn't sound too pretty. Pink Floyd slip mats, $9.99, Dark Side of the Moon. Master of Puppets is $9.99. And then we got the Doors LA Woman. So the Doors LA Woman, Dark Side of the Moon, and Metallica Master of Puppets. And we have quantity, we have multiple quantities of all these. I've got about 4 others, but to simplify it for us, I'll show those a few at a time. Those are turntable mats. Those are turntable mats. Let me find our next crate of vintage. That last crate was good, but I know somewhere I've even got better. This one looks pretty good. They're all kind of mixed, so. Kevin Black Fox wants a Pink Floyd. So does Sherry Darnell. By the way, turntable mats are actually a pretty good thing, not only for, you know, not only aesthetically pleasing, but the right ones, especially cork turntable mats, they can really cut back on static and, you know, those rubber mats, I'm never a fan of. A lot of those are like rubber mats. I prefer something felt. It just seems like it's a lot nicer for the record. So you can also use them as a mouse pad. That's right. So there's a Pink Floyd for Kevin, and we'll also get Sherry one. Those are sold if anybody else wants one. Let me go ahead and show the others because some people might be waiting. I've actually only got 4 more. Bob Dylan. I got a Bob Dylan one, a Bob Marley, a David Bowie, Aladdin Sane, and AC/DC. These are the same price, $7 shipping. It's $7 and whatever we show on our shows, unless it's something totally oversized, we ship for $7. I will always let you know if something's, but if you're buying, these go in with your record order. Same invoice, same package. So, also, what else was I going to show? Kevin, oh yeah, Kevin, are you the one that wanted the Sabotage Gutter Ballet? If so, we've had that behind the counter for you, and I wanted to make sure before I tagged it. And also, I need to show those. Okay, Ike and Tina Turner, Too Hot, Too Hold. This is a Pickwick. This is $14.99. Ike and Tina Turner, Too Hot, Too Hold. $14.99 for Ike and Tina. The Byrds' Greatest Hits. The Byrds' Greatest Hits, $19.99. Brent wants 2 Dylans and 1 Bob Marley. Well, I'll give you at least 1 Dylan and 1 Bob Marley. And Tanner will go pull the rest. Thank you. We got a bunch of those. After the Gold Rush, Neil Young, $34.99. After the Gold Rush, Neil Young. Gatefold pressing, this is pristine. Wow. $34.99. Matt Scheiker wants a Bowie and Metallica slip mat. You got it. Bowie and Metallica sold to Matt Scheiker. Donnie Haney wants a Pink Floyd. Matt Scheiker takes a Bowie and Metallica. Brandon Sanders wants a Porter Wagner. It's probably way too big, though. Jeff McMaster on Neil Young. Jeff McMaster on Neil Young. Where's that Jeff Healey band? Speaking of Brandon Sanders, every time I see a Jeff Healey band, I think of Brandon Sanders. I don't know why, but I've got 3 more awesome auctions here. It was me, but my friend found one for me. Okay. Seth, if you get a chance, Black Crate, there's a Sabotage Gutter Ballet. I need, because it's now available for sale. Tim Smith wants an AC/DC. Tim Smith wants an AC/DC. And Jeff McMaster, I've got you down for Neil Young. Let me get a couple auctions rolling. Actually, I had to check on that one. I don't know if I have it. Also, I was going to double check the price before I showed it. But either way, I'll put it up for auction because I think I have a copy. All right, the Beatles. Usually, this is a Japanese press, right? I finally have actually got a U.S. pressing of one of these, and it's the red vinyl. The red vinyl Beatles 62 to 66. Red vinyl, $45 start. The Beatles 62 to 66. Wow, it's getting dark outside. Hope our internet stays good, knock on wood. $45 start. This is very, very nice. Near mint vinyl, the Beatles 62 to 66, red vinyl. Okay, Jeff Healey Band. Jeff Healey Band, See the Light. Lots of requests for Jeff Healey Band. $20 start on Jeff Healey Band. This, couple things to note. I need to turn the inner sleeve. The inner sleeve got turned the wrong way. I think this is one of those that's not made to go that way, and we put it in there the other way. It got a little, yeah. The customer request. It's not in there? Okay. Maybe in that, well, maybe in that red crate. There's a crate with the Japanese stuff, what's left of the Japanese stuff. So, I don't know. I thought I had one. All right. Jeff Healey Band. Couple things to know. The inner sleeve's okay. It just got a little wrinkled on us. The vinyl's near mint, and it has a tear. It has a tear in the cover right here, unfortunately. Has a tear in the cover. But I've had a lot of people asking about this, and usually if we have multi-requests for something, I just put it up for auction. Pete W. Pete Weisgarber's at 45 on the Beatles. Debbie's at 25. Jerry's at 20, 25, 30, and 30. Jeff Healey Band up for auction. All right, so the only two records left in this bin is I Cantina and a very nice copy. I'm probably going to show a lot of labels on these because, I mean, look at this. This is a 2i OG, and this is in shrink wrap. I'm telling you, a lot of these that we got Saturday are exceptional pressings. Exceptional pressings. The Birds is $19.99. Did y'all see that label? Do you see this condition? $19.99. I'm going to try to show these in a little bit more detail, especially the second run around. Michelle wants a Metallica Master of Puppets. First-time buyer. If you're a first-time buyer, thank you and welcome. Make sure you message our page, Collectco, the page you're watching on here, Michelle. Just send us a message with your email address and your mailing address, and we will get you hooked up. Seth has found Sabotage. Thank you. I will show that in 1 second. I had faith in you, Seth. So Michelle got a Metallica. Jeff McMaster gets the Birds. I thought another look at that might sell it. So Jeff McMaster gets the Birds. Eddie Bruce, you were second on the Birds. Tracy Miller wants a Pink Floyd turntable mat. Sherry Darnell next on the Birds, or Sherry Darnell was technically third. The Rolling Stones, Tattoo You, $34.99. The Rolling Stones, Tattoo You, $34.99. $34.99. Electric Light Orchestra, On the Third Day, in shrink wrap. This one's EX, very, very close to near mint. Very nice cover, $17.99. ELO. The Eagles, The Long Run, is $19.99. Eagles, The Long Run is $19.99. And Stevie Nicks, The Wild Heart. It's got a promo timing strip on the front. Let's see, it's got a gold stamp promo on the back. That doesn't always mean the label's a promo. It's not. $19.99. You never know about these. They have these on the front. That's the ultimate promo copies have these on the front, usually a gold stamp, and then the label. But sometimes they didn't make white label or even marked promo labels, but they are a promo copy. Brent Rabley, first on the Stones. It looks like all these are sold. Brent Rabley, first on the Stones. Next was Victor Boynton on ELO. David Cox on the Eagles. And Jim Anstant, you were second on ELO. Randy, you were second on the Eagles. And Donnie Haney, first on Stevie Nicks. We got two records up here for bid. We got Brian White is at 35 on Jeff Healey Band. See the Light. The vinyl's near mint. The cover, I guess because it's torn. I hate to call it a VG minus, but technically when something like that is torn, it really knocks it down. So VG minus, but otherwise it's very nice. High bid is now Debbie at 37, and we've only got one and only one bidder on the Beatles 62 to 66. Pete W. is at $45, and this is an exceptional pressing, and it's on the red vinyl too. It's on the red vinyl. Actually, give ELO to Jim Anstant. Victor said he already has it, so ELO goes to Jim Anstant instead of Victor. $45. That's now going once, going twice. Going once, going twice. And Jeff Healy is still getting bids, so we'll let that simmer back there. I'm going to hand these off to Tanner. And there's something else that just popped up I needed to say. Put the Pink Floyd. Actually, the Pink Floyd, I will show that one again, Donnie, if you want it. I've seen your offer for $35, but let me show you what it's marked. And I do this a lot of times live. John marked stuff, and I sometimes go ahead and reduce it because we always mark these usually about $65. If they're near mint, they're clean, and as you see, that's marked $64.99. But we've had about 3 of these up for auction the last 3 weeks, and they've all brought between $40 and $50. That's why I said $44.99. So I've actually already reduced this $20, but that's a firm price because that's what they've been bringing at auction. It's a very clean copy too. Harvest, US, and I hadn't ran the matrix. I think y'all have heard me say this is a very complicated record to figure out what pressing it is, at least for me, and I look up a lot of records. So $44.99. That's a firm price on that. It's very, very nice. Okay, so Jeff Healy's at 40, going twice, going 3 times on the Beatles. The Ohio Express, Chewy Chewy, in shrink wrap, $19.99. Eric Clapton, 461 Ocean Boulevard is $34.99. Eric Clapton, 461 Ocean Boulevard. Very nice copy. The Best Of, Jay Giles Band, $19.99. And Def Leppard, Pyromania. I usually auction these, but is this a club? I don't think so. Looks like a USOG, $44.99. Very clean copy. Pyromania. Donnie Haney said he will take the Pink Floyd. Brent, you would have been second on that. He asked about it earlier. Actually, I think he made an offer on it. So, but yeah, probably the next one will mark $64.99 too. But it may be, you never know. Now we may not see one for what? We might not have an Umaguma come in 3 months now. Who knows? So, still, I think that's a good price for a near mint Pink Floyd record. Okay. Where are we at? Def Leppard, Jay Giles, some great records there. Eric Clapton, Santana Festival. Santana Festival, $19.99. Split Ends, Waiata, W-A-I-A-T-A. I hadn't seen that in quite some time. $19.99. The Bee Gees, Idea. The Bee Gees Idea, $24.99. Heavy Traffic. This is a Traffic Greatest Hits, $19.99. Traffic Greatest Hits. James Gang Greatest Hits. James Gang Greatest Hits. I think there's 2 discs in here, isn't there? Yeah, non-gatefold, but it is 2 disc, $24.99. And we've got Traffic on the Road, 2 LP live, $29.99. Okay, George Buchanan on SE, Split Ends to George Buchanan. Cindy Jones on Santana, so Split Ends to George. Cindy on Santana. And Robert, I'm assuming you wanted Traffic Greatest Hits and not Traffic Live. So we're going to give him that. All right, final call for, well, actually, not final call, first call. Debbie Blair is at 42 on Jeff Healy Band. If you're bidding and you're not Debbie Blair, then you don't have the high bid. So please let me know if you're out. I think Brian said he's out. Anybody else? Going once, going twice. Jeff Healy Band's $42. And then, I'm not even going to do another call on this. I was waiting for somebody else to bid, but only one bidder. I think Pete W. just got a heck of a deal here. Red vinyl, 62 to 66, $45. Sold to Pete W. I would have kept that. Pete's always getting great deals on Beatles records. He bought that anthology set that night that I accidentally mispriced. I'll never forget that either. I totally mispriced an anthology set. Sealed, too. Pete, I might want to buy that back from you. Mike Langford, you were second on Split Ends. Eddie Bruce first to James Gang. Eddie Bruce first to James Gang. All right, and then Frank is at 43 on Jeff Healy Band. It is cheap. Seems cheap to me for what I've sold them for before. Okay, there's Traffic. Timepiece, the Rascals' Greatest Hits. And this is a Greatest Hits. Wow, this one looks... I've never seen one that looks quite this nice before. Wow. Let's see if it's a reissue label. Yeah, it's a later pressing. That's why. But it is absolutely pristine. I don't know if I've seen a later pressing, though. Very nice. Gatefold. Rascal's Greatest Hits, $24.99. Has tracks like A Beautiful Morning and Mustang Sally, Lonely Too Long, Groovin', Good Lovin'. I like the Rascals. That's why we had their MoFi stuff not too long ago. So we still got 3 bidders on Jeff Healey Band. 3 bidders on Jeff Healey Band. Frank Sinatra, Cycles, $19.99. John Denver, Farewell Andromeda, $19.99. The Best of Peter, Paul, and Mary, $9.99. $9.99. John Lennon, Yoko Ono, Double Fantasy, $19.99. Great. You know, I'm a record collector myself, and then I start looking at actually what I have, and I noticed holes in my collection, like the anthology, and we buy and sell thousands of Beatle records a year, and then I think about stuff we had, and I realize I don't have it myself, and I'm like, wow, why did I sell that? Booker T and the MGs, the Booker T set, $29.99, very cool foil cover, $29.99. High bid on Jeff Healey's now $47. I don't think Debbie's going to back down, guys. She's been wanting that a long time. She asks about every show if we have one. Def Leppard is the Mercury Buildings label on the Black Pyro. It is on the Black Mercury label. Kevin. Eric Clapton, Money and Cigarettes, $34.99. George Buchanan's at $50 on Jeff Healey. Billy Joel, Innocent Man, $14.99. Billy Joel. Steely Dan Gaucho is $34.99. Leonard Skinner's First and Last. Leonard Skinner's First and Last, $34.99. ELO, A New World Record, $19.99. We got 3 people who really want Jeff Healey. Linda Ronstadt, Prisoner in Disguise, $9.99. Original motion picture soundtrack to Wild in the Streets on Tower Records, $24.99. Wild in the Streets. Fats Domino, 65 in shrink wrap, $19.99 on Mercury. James Taylor, Sweet Baby Chains, $19.99. Does this one have, it feels like it has inserts with it. It does. That extra 3 ounces I can pick up on. This has the original lyric insert, James Taylor. James Taylor, Sweet Baby James. Very nice pressing. $19.99. Sold to Jeff McMaster. George Buchanan was next. Kansas, Point of No Return is $19.99. Kansas, Point of No Return, $19.99. Procol Harum, Grand Hotel, $19.99. And George Thorogood and Destroyers, more George Thorogood and Destroyers, $19.99. We have the Association, $14.99. The Association, $14.99. Donna Summer, A Love Trilogy. Donna Summer, $9.99. And James Taylor, Mudslide Slim. This one feels unusually heavy too. What's going on with this one? This is $19.99. $19.99. James Taylor. And Songs for Beginners, Graham Nash. Songs for Beginners, $19.99. Graham Nash. Jerry Lewis and the Playboys, More Golden Greats, $14.99. Aerosmith, first album. This one has a gold stamp promo on the back, $34.99. $34.99. Aerosmith. That's very nice. $34.99. Louisiana's Row, or La Row, $14.99. Louisiana's La Row. And Steve Perry Street Talk. Steve Perry, $19.99. Steve Perry Street Talk, $19.99. Where did I get to here? Skinnerd. Skinnerd was $34.99. Who asked that? Tracy McFadden. Skinnerd's First and Last, $34.99. Jeff McMaster wants Aerosmith. Mark Chesler, I see your test comment. Best of the Doobies. The Doobie Brothers, $14.99. The Doobie Brothers, $14.99. Jamie Shears on Steve Perry. Jamie Shears on Steve Perry. Steve Miller Band, Fly Like an Eagle is $19.99. Brent Rabley, you were second on Aerosmith. Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, Deja Vu, $29.99. Deja Vu, $29.99. And Chuck Mangione, Love, what's that say? Save Tonight for Me, $9.99. Ron Phillips on the Doobie Brothers. Ron Phillips on the Doobie Brothers. Doobie Brothers. Sold to Ron Phillips. George Buchanan on Deja Vu. George Buchanan on Deja Vu. And Craig said 130 viewers. Yeah, I'm showing 161. I think sometimes, I don't know how it works. Usually when I used to see Facebook Live, I'm showing 161. But it's weird, like that number hardly ever changes. It's like it only updates about every 5 minutes. So I don't think my viewership is live because I think there was a feed drop. We probably lost 20 or 30 people. So but sometimes it's weird though. It'll say 161, then it'll jump up to like 190 and then back down to 120 instantly. So either way. Steve Miller Band is $19.99, Donnie, and this is a very nice pressing. Very, very nice on it. Okay, let's do final call on Jeff Healy. Final call on Jeff Healy. We have Debbie at 52, and I think Frank said out. Who was the other bidder? George Buchanan? Did George Buchanan say out? George has not said out yet. Debbie has it for 52, and that's going twice, going 3 times. Going twice, going 3 times. So, yeah, this is a record that I never really get into often. So we never see them. I mean, we get them in occasionally. George is back in at 55. I mean, what, every few months maybe? So, did you see my post for Doobie Brothers? That's in that stack, isn't it? Doobie Brothers Greatest Hits, Tanner? Did you have, yeah, Donnie Haney. Yes, you got that, Donnie. You got that. So, yeah, I think when the feed froze, yeah, mine just went 161 to 130. So, that's what happens when the feed freezes. I don't like that because some of those people never come back because some people find us and they don't even know how they found us. And then they lose the feed and they're like, how do I get back to it? So, all right. Let's go back through this crate very quickly. If you can, everything's available or you can ask prices. I Can Tina Turner, Ohio Express, Eric Clapton, Best of Jay Giles, Bee Gees, Idea, Traffic, Live, The Rascals, Frank Sinatra, John Denver, Best of Peter, Paul and Mary, John Lennon, Booker T, Def Leppard still available. That's like unheard of. Eric Clapton, Billy Joel, Steely Dan, Leonard Skinner, ELO, Linda Ronstadt, Wild in the Street soundtrack, Domino 65. Have you pulled all the mats out of the crate? Have they all been pulled? I was just going to bring the whole crate over here and see what we had left.
Yeah, I pulled one of each.
Okay.
But I've pulled the other ones.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I just wanted to see how many was left so we could show them. Because somebody wanted the other. Who asked about Steve Miller first? Somebody asked about Steve Miller first. Donnie Haney, and he said, I'll take it. Okay, so Donnie Haney got Steve Miller. Let me go back up to the top. Donnie said he'll take it. George is at 55 on Jeff Healy. Angel Eyes is on Jeff Healy, yes. Jeff and Master, you're first or second on Steve Miller. I do have more Metallica mats, Kevin. Jay Giles' mark was 1999. Best of Jay Giles, 1999. Debbie Blair's at 57 on Jeff Healy. Jim Anstant wants Frank Sinatra. Frank Sinatra. That's sold to Jim Anstant. Jim Anstant. Okay, Kansas. Surprised no one grabbed that. Point of no return. Mark Robinson said he will take Best of Jay Giles. We've got Procol Harum, George Thorogood, The Association, Donna Summer, James Taylor, Graham Nash, Gary Lewis, Louisiana's LaRue, and Chuck Mangione. Mark Robinson got that. The Leonard Skinner was Skinner's first and last. Leonard Skinner's first and last, which is a 2 LP gatefold pressing, or is it a single disc? This is actually a single disc record. I think it has an insert with it, maybe. What's it got in it? Let's take a look at this. Wow, I've never seen this before. Have y'all ever seen this? I didn't know. It's like an insert. Let's slide this out. I've never seen that before. It's like it slips in here like this, and it makes it like a fold out, almost like a booklet, but it attaches. MCA inner sleeve. Pristine. So, I've never seen one with that insert. Maybe I just hadn't paid enough attention to one. So, Kevin wants a Metallica turntable mat. Marty wants the tracks on Kansas. I can tell you for sure point of no returns on there. That's the first track. Point of no return, Paradox, The Spider, Portrait, Closet Chronicles, Lightning's Hand, Dust in the Wind. I forgot Dust in the Wind's on here too. Sparks. Why did I think Dust in the Wind's on Leftoverture? Maybe that's a Carry On My Wayward Son. Nobody's Home and Hopelessly Human. That's Kansas. All right, I'm going to move these records over here into this bin. We're emptying out some bins tonight for sure. Marty Kramer said sold on Kansas. And we're going to go ahead and sell Debbie Blair. Skinnerd is $34.99. And we're going to go ahead and finally sell Debbie Jeff Healy for $57. $57. Donnie Haney, you were second on Kansas, it looks like. I've got a whole nother crate of new vinyl, new arrivals to go through. And Brent said he will take Skinnerd if no one else wants it, whoever asked about it earlier. That's a nice pressing. I'll take that last crate of new vinyl that's right next to your legs there, Tanner. Right next to your feet. All right, so I think we sold all the turntable mats. We still got multiples, but I don't think anyone's claimed the doors yet. No one wants a doors, LA Woman? I'll take it right here. Right in there, front and center, please. Thank you. Tonight's help, we've got Seth, Ed, and Tanner. Seth, Ed, and Tanner. Well, let me rephrase that. We got Tanner, Ed, and Seth. Ugh. Ugh. I got voluntold I've got to play in a golf tournament in the morning. I've got to be in Mount Juliet at what, 7 o'clock, 7:30? 7:30, and that's like, man, I probably won't even get to sleep tomorrow. So I didn't get voluntold, but I was like, hey, we really need you to play in a golf tournament. And I was like, at 7 a.m. after a record sale? Oh, no. But I love golf, so. Okay. Michelle says she will take the doors mat. Can we get the rest of that crate, please? That's what I was, because I think there's some people back on. Whatever's left, whenever you get a chance. Okay. Sabotage. I thought I had this sold, but I only have one copy too, and then I was going to take orders on them. Sabotage is $64.99. A turning point for the band. Sabotage's 1989 studio album exploring the more progressive sound. Limited edition, silver. This is on silver vinyl, 1 LP gatefold, and an exclusive 10-inch single. And an exclusive 1989 poster replica mastered for vinyl. That is $64.99. $64.99. All right, Michelle got the doors turntable mat. Let me actually show those right quick before we get deep into this crate. Here's what we have left. There's a bunch of them, so let me show them, and then if I can get this in here. This milk crate's a little bit wider. Okay, we've got Metallica, Master of Puppets. Metallica, Master of Puppets, $9.99. I've got several of those. The Doors, LA Woman. These are all turntable mats. The Doors, LA Woman. They're all $9.99. Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan is $9.99. Bob Marley, $9.99. David Bowie, Aladdin Sane. David Bowie, $9.99. Ooh, we don't have many Metallicas left, do we? Looks like no, they're up front here. Okay, I already showed those. Metallica's $9.99. Bowie, Dark Side of the Moon. Man, we had a ton of these at one time. Our distributor actually accidentally sent us like 10 extra boxes. I wanted to order 10, and they sent me 10 crates of them, or 10 like factory packages of them. So and that's all we have left. We've sold a ton of those. And then the AC/DC. AC/DC. I'm trying to figure out where I can get standard black ones so I can make Coletco turntable mats. I was going to have some made with the Godfather logo, our Godfather logo, but I hadn't found just standard black ones yet I can get kind of cheap. So, Okay, Wayne Heat wants to Sabotage. If anybody else, I doubt I restock this one ever. Maybe get one more. But if you want one on special order, please let me know while those are still available. Sabotage stuff is known to get quite pricey once it becomes unavailable to the masses. Lady Gaga, I need my sheet back, please.
Let me show this real quick, because that's the last one we have. But we have another one ordered, right?
Yeah. So these came in. Tanner reminded me. John Cougar Mellencamp, the vinyl collection box set. These came in. Walt Cruz and Jerry Pinnick. Walt, I don't know if you're still watching, or Jerry Pinnick if you're on tonight. John Mellencamp, this is his vinyl collection, which is American Fool, Scarecrow, Lonesome Jubilee, and Big Daddy. Those are, we had 2 come in, and we had 2 people on a waiting list, and I had 3 ordered. So one is still out there, and we may get it soon because it looks like they just repressed these. They're $19.99 if anybody wants on that waiting list whenever that one comes in. It could be, it won't be this week, but it'll probably be this month. It could be 3 months from now. It was about 3 months ago with the last time I showed these, so it may be 3 months again before I get them again. So Walt Cruz and Jerry Pinnick, you're down for a John Cougar Mellencamp box set. If anybody else wants one, let me know. Okay, Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga is $36.99. This is the one that has probably her biggest hit of all time, Poker Face. And Walt Cruz, you're on this waiting list too. Walt Cruz and Paul Brothers. Walt Cruz and Paul Brothers. And Paul Brothers would like on the waiting list for John Cougar Mellencamp. Sell out to Paul Brothers. Tracy Miller, you get a Gaga, and guess what? That's my only one again. But it looked like they just repressed a bunch. So there was a lot of these available. But not too long ago, like always with this new vinyl, I never had seen this before. It was quite expensive. It was like a $70 or $80 record. That's called Supply and Demand. Shania Twain, Come On Over. I think this is one of the best-selling albums of all time, too. Shania Twain, Come On Over. Shania, we had a few people waiting on that. Eric Beck, George Buchanan, and Jerry Wallace. They're $39.99. The best-selling album contains the hits Man, I Feel Like a Woman, You're Still the One, That Don't Impress Me Much. Now, definitely on the country charts, the best-selling album, because I know like on the world or the U.S., it's way up there, but if you just filter out country, it's definitely the best-selling country album of all time. $39.99. Stacy Brown wants one. Put Cindy Jones on the Lady Gaga waiting list. I will have more of those in this week, Cindy, so I will have those in. I've got one more left. Shania Twain, Come On Over, $39.99. REM, Document. I thought these were done. They're not. Jason Ivey gets the last Shania. So if anybody else, please let me know. I'll definitely order more, but let me know if you want on that list. REM Document, I think it was one person. Josh Huddleston, where are you, Josh? Josh, was it Josh? REM. Yeah, Josh Huddleston, REM Document. I've got 2 left, $36.99. This is from the Capitol Vault, 180-gram vinyl, audiophile quality, faithfully restored, and it is limited edition. Some of these REM reissues, they don't make for too long, and then you don't see them again for a while. That's REM, sold to Brent Rabley. I have one left, new and sealed. Next is, we had a waiting list on this from a long time ago. I've messaged everybody to make sure you still want it. Billy Nippers, I hadn't said that name in a long time. That's why we're messaging these people. Simeon Richmond and Christopher McDaniel. Those were 3 people from quite some time ago on the Red Dead Redemption 2. And I know it was this album. On my spreadsheet, I only had Red Dead, but I wouldn't have ordered 5 of these if I didn't have people waiting on it. So this is the music of Red Dead Redemption 2. 2 LPs on transparent red vinyl. Cut at 45 RPM for optimal sound quality, plus gatefold sleeve with printed in sleeve. So it looks like pretty nice packaging on this from Rockstar Games. I've seen that logo a lot growing up. That reminds me of the Grand Theft Auto games. Music of Red Dead Redemption 2, $36.99. I have 2 available unless the people on that waiting list don't want them anymore. The Mellencamp box set, Chris, was $119.99 if you want on that list. $119.99. And REM, the last REM sold to Jason F. Red Dead. $36.99. Allman Brothers. Jimmy Hodgkins wants a Red Dead Redemption. So did Jimmy Hodgkins. And, okay, this one's unique. This one, if y'all remember, a long time ago, I posted a pre-order for this album. And let me show you who was on that pre-order. It was just a couple people. I posted it like in the middle of the night. Mike Dunkelman and Aaron Watts. Mike Dunkelman and Aaron Watts. I posted a pre-order for this, but it wasn't for the record store day because I can't get record store day stuff. But that particular pressing, that reissue I posted a pre-order on, it never has come in. But these were in stock, and they let me order these, I guess because it's an old title, and they still have them, and they're, if they have overstock on record store day stuff and they need to sell it, they go ahead and let anybody buy it. And here's a prime example. So this is the last Allman Brothers concert with Dwayne Allman. It was originally a record store day, and that's what this one is. Numbered, limited edition, black and white swirl vinyl. They're numbered on the front, gold stamp numbered. They're $31.99. $31.99. So Mike Dunkelman, I've got one for you and Aaron Watts. I'm also going to message those people and make sure they still want one because this is from months ago, like 6 or 8 months ago. But these are available if anybody wants one. Brent Rabley wants one, and I think I've got 2 left. And it is on colored vinyl, black and white swirl, $31.99. Would love to find a Grand Theft Auto 5 soundtrack. It's like 5 LPs. Wow, I didn't even know they made that. Wow. Yeah. What's that, Tanner? Yeah, Grand Theft Auto 5. I need to search that and see if any of that's still in print because those would be very... Grand Theft Auto, you know, it's always some good music on those. So, okay. Brent, I got you down. So does Sherry Darnell want one. I've got one left. I've got one left. Okay, finally a restock. Counting Crows, August and Everything. I think I have finally hit the... Everyone that's got one. I know there'll be somebody who want at least one tonight, but this was a big deal when these came back in stock. Counting Crows, August and Everything After, $49.99. $49.99. I've got 10 of them available. I have yet, as many as I've sold, probably well over 100 in the last couple months or last month, month and a half. I've yet to stock them actually here in the store. Brent said he would take 2 Allman Brothers and he wants a Counting Crows, and I'm sure we're going to sell some more of these tonight because I rarely have them to offer them. Usually they're already spoken for when they come in. Craig wants one, and William Simmons wants one. Counting Crows, August and Everything After. And yes, this has, for sure, their all-time biggest hit, Mr. Jones on it. I think in the song he says, I always thought he was saying Mrs. Jones, but it's Mr. Jones. All right, what's next in this crate? Korn, Follow the Leader. And I didn't realize this had so many of Korn's biggest songs on it, but it does. I've had a few people waiting on this. Craig said disregard Counting Crows. We can put that back. Korn is Jason Schott. You're the only one on the wait list, Jason. Follow the Leader, and I've got 2 left available. Let's see. What is the... I don't know if I know them just by the... I know Freak on the Leash. What's the major song on this? I went to iTunes and I didn't know them by just title right then. But Follow the Leader, Korn is $28.99. And I got a new box set. First time I've ever had this. This was actually on sale through one of my distributors. So I was able to grab these and offer them. Actually, this is actually $30 less than what the MSRP is supposed to be. And this is Bruce Springsteen, the vinyl collection from 1987 to 1996. 1987 to 1996. So this is a lot of albums that are very difficult to get OG pressings of. $249.99. Tunnel of Love, Human Torch, MTV, Lucky Town, The Ghost of Tom Joad, Blood Brothers, Chimes of Freedom. $249.99. This is not an, like, if you were to amass all these OGs, we get Tunnel of Love and Human Torch occasionally, but these aren't cheap by no means. $249.99. Bruce Springsteen box set, Volume 2. Okay, Korn goes to Kevin Tays and John Wilson, and Tracy, I will put you on a waiting list for that. Matt Shiker, my bad. Matt Shiker and Kevin Tays. John Wilson and Tracy Miller, you will be you will be on that waiting list if that's okay. Okay, Bruce Springsteen, $249.99. And Counting Crows, I've got several left, and I've got one copy of Red Dead Redemption left. North Carolina. I was hoping he was coming close to Nashville, but I don't know if he is or not. Or is he coming to Nashville? So, not for sure. All right, let me grab another crate of vintage. Then, after the next crate of vintage, we'll do new vinyl, but it won't be new stuff from my distributors. It will be new stuff. It will be new sealed stuff from that collection, which has got some very interesting stuff in it. So let me grab another crate of vintage, and we'll start going through these, and then we'll go through the other stuff too. All right. Let me see what crate is next. Got some great ones over here. This one looks interesting. They all look interesting. They're all pretty balanced. So let's see what we got in here. All right. Let me get down to the bottom. We've got Bebop Deluxe, live in the air age. Bebop Deluxe, $24.99. Art Linkletter narrates the story of Where Did You Come From? That's interesting looking. $14.99. Dean Martin, This Time I'm Swinging. Dean Martin, $9.99. Jethro Tull, Minstrel in the Gallery. Jethro Tull. Let me get my camera resituated here. I think that's more centered right there. Jethro Tull. Jim Croce, The Life and Times of Jim Croce. $14.99. Fleetwood Mac, Tusk. $34.99. Fleetwood Mac Tusk. The Babies Anthology. The Babies Anthology, $19.99. The Cars. We need to put this in a sleeve. What a nice copy. It's in shrink wrap. $34.99. Super Saver series, which is a reissue technically. Analog reissue. Has the original inner sleeve. $34.99. Regardless if somebody grabs that or not, we need to put it in a sleeve. Simon & Garfunkel's Greatest Hits is $14.99. Cindy Jones wants Dean Martin. Cindy Jones wants Dean Martin. Donnie Haney was first on The Cars. We'll put that in a sleeve. Jeff McMaster, You Were Second, and George Buchanan on The Babies Anthology, which is like a greatest hits. That's sold to George Buchanan. Simon & Garfunkel's Greatest Hits. Anita Baker, Giving You the Best That I Got. Anita is $9.99. I had one of these the other night. This is The Happenings and the Tokens on BT Puppy Records. Kind of like a back-to-back thing. $9.99. You Baby, The Turtles. You Baby, Let Me Be, The Turtles. $24.99 in shrink wrap. In shrink wrap. Sammy Davis Jr.'s Greatest Hits. Sammy Davis Jr. is $9.99. Courtney Eatman on Anita Baker. Sold to Courtney Eatman. Foreigner, self-titled debut. $19.99. Billy Joel, The Bridge. $19.99. Billy Joel, The Bridge. Joe Jackson, I'm the Man. $19.99. Joe Jackson. Quarter Flash. Quarter Flash is $14.99. Back into Blue. Whose Garden Was This? John Denver. That's an earlier album of his. Yeah, 1970. $19.99 in shrink wrap. Let's see if it's what label it's on. It's either going to be black or orange. Wow, it's tan. What a curveball. John Denver, Whose Garden Was This? $19.99. Okay, Cindy Jones first on Sammy Davis Jr. Sammy Davis Jr. Right here. That's sold to Cindy Jones. Victor Boynton, You Were Second. Brent Rabley on The Turtles. Don't see many original Turtles albums. Brent Rabley was first to that. OG too. Jeff McMaster on JJ. That has to be Joe Jackson. Sold to Jeff McMaster. And wow, Johnny Cash at Folsom Prison. Might need to put this thing up for auction. Very nice copy. $29.99. 2i Columbia. For some reason, this used to be everywhere. A prime example. Highly requested, super in demand. It's tough to find nice copies, and it's an instant seller, and it's not in print. There's a UK version that's in print. I can get new copies of this, but the MSRP would be like $48.99, and I've kind of held off on them. I probably should order one. I'm sure one of y'all would, because it is a remastered, expanded. So, but this is an OG. Sold to Jeff McMaster. George Buchanan is next. Cindy Jones was third. Randy Travis, No Holding Back. $24.99 in shrink wrap. Randy Travis, $24.99. Slade Rogues Gallery is $19.99. And Pat Benatar, 7 the Hard Way, $14.99. Sherry Darnell, first to the John Denver. So to Sherry Darnell. Pat Benatar. Wet Willie's Greatest Hits, $19.99. Can we turn on the air conditioning, please? Okay, feels like... I'm sweating. I shouldn't be sweating. Ricky Van Shelton, Loving Proof in shrink wrap with hop sticker, $14.99. Robert Johnson on Slade, Rogues Gallery, sold to Robert Johnson. Alan Johnson, we just sold it. Al Stewart, Year of the Cat, $19.99. Simon & Garfunkel, Sounds of Silence, $14.99. This is my preferred Simon & Garfunkel album. That's a very clean copy. $14.99. Tim Holloway on RT. RT was Randy Travis. I'm surprised no one got to that one faster. No holding back. Sold to Tim Holloway. Simon & Garfunkel, Parsley, Sage, Rosemary, and Thyme. $14.99 on that. UFO, No Heavy Petting. I've never seen that one before. UFO, No Heavy Petting, $29.99. Maybe I just hadn't seen enough of them. Okay, so Donnie Haney, your lucky day. I show back-to-back Simon & Garfunkel, so you get your pick of those two. Donnie Haney. You can have Sounds or Parsley, or you can have both. George Buchanan, you're next, and then Tracy Miller. Al Stewart, UFO. Joan Armatrading, The Key, $9.99 for Joan Armatrading. Barry Gardeau. Sounds better when I say it that way. $19.99 gold stamp promo. Barry was in a band called Boston. You may have heard of them. Donnie said sold on both SGs. That's Simon & Garfunkel. Tracks on Pat Benatar. Give me 1 second for that, or our faithful Craig may copy and paste it for us. I owe Craig a gift card or something, don't I? I got to give him something for all of his work he does behind the scenes as an unpaid employee. $19.99, Little Feat, Time Loves a Hero. $19.99. Duran Duran, Seven and the Ragged Tiger, U.S. Press, just $24.99. Duran Duran, $24.99. Near Men has the original inner sleeve for it. Kevin Moore on BG, that's Barry and Jeff McMaster on LF, that's Little Feat. Barry Gardeau. Elvis Presley, His Hand in Mine, one of his gospel albums, $9.99. Little Anthony and the Imperials, Out of Sight, Out of Mind, $9.99. The Romantics, In Heat, in shrink wrap with hop sticker featuring Talking in Your Sleep, $19.99. The Romantics. Marty Kramer on DD, Duran Duran to Marty Kramer. Deborah Devaney, You Were Second. Little Anthony, The Romantics. Gary and the Pacemakers, Greatest Hits, in shrink wrap, $19.99. Gary and the Pacemakers, Greatest Hits. Wow. These 60s records, when I see them in this condition, it just amazes me because you never see them like that. It's like a low population. Cindy Jones on L.A., Little Anthony, sold to Cindy Jones. David Bosworth on The Romantics. Alan Johnson, You Were Second. Alan, you would have bought about 10 other records tonight if your connection was a hair faster. So, Romantics to David. Alan was second. Cindy Jones on Little. I think that was Little Anthony. That's already sold. And Dean Martin, Houston, in shrink wrap, $9.99. Saturday Night Fever soundtrack, $19.99. Saturday Night Fever soundtrack. The Beach Boys, $14.99. We had a customer the other day come in and pick up. First time I'd ever met him, and we were talking about his connection. He's like, some people get frustrated that they don't get stuff. He's like, I've spent thousands of dollars with you. He said, you realize how many more thousands of dollars I would have spent if my connection was a half second faster? He said, it's sometimes a good thing I don't win everything because I would have spent like a lot more money with you than I would have. So, David Bosworth, first on the Beach Boys. Cindy Jones was second. But some people's like, I'm okay with it. I'm just going to get whatever I get. Some people's like, well, I want everything. I'm like, well, you need to upgrade to fiber then. So, the Buckinghams' Greatest Hits. They got some pretty cool songs. The Buckinghams' Greatest Hits. is $14.99. Frank Sinatra's Greatest Hits, $14.99. He was kind of popular. And Tina Turner, Break Every Rule. Tina Turner, $19.99. Exotica, The Sounds of Martin Denny. Here's one of those records that has kind of seen a resurgence in demand, even though that they're, I'm not going to say common, because now that we kind of look for them, we don't see them anymore. $14.99. Santana, Inner Secrets. Santana is $19.99. And Pat Benatar, Tropico, $14.99 on Pat Benatar. Track list on his Hand in Mine. Give me 1 second on that. Elvis Golden Records is $14.99. Elvis Golden Records. This is an awesome comp. Hound Dog, All Shook Up, Heartbreak Hotel, Jailhouse Rock, Don't Be Cruel, $14.99. Jeff McMaster on FS. FS was Frank Sinatra. Okay, and then the Elvis Gospel album coming up right now. I see the top of it. This is for Trey Mendenhall. His Hand in Mine, I'm going to walk them golden stairs. In my Father's house are many mansions, milky white way, known only to him. I believe in the man in the sky. Side A. Side B, Joshua fit the battle. He knows just what I need. Swing down, sweet chariot. Mansion over the hilltop. If we ever meet again, working on the building. Trey, that's yours if you want it. Jeff McMaster got Frank Sinatra. Marty Kramer was first to this Elvis comp. If I could gather all these together that we have, I know I just bought one today in a collection. We probably have like 20 of them that I could put out for sale. So that's Marty Kramer. Tracy Miller was second, and then Alan Jonathan was third on that. Okay, Giant Buddy Holly. Giant Buddy Holly, $39.99 in shrink wrap. In the coral sleeve. That's very nice. Rainbow coral label. I guess that's what most people call that. Savoy Brown, Rock and Roll Warriors. Savoy Brown, $19.99, Rock and Roll Warriors. The Four Seasons Golden Vault. Four Seasons Golden Vault, $9.99. Brent Rabley on Buddy Holly. Sold to Brent. And Mark Lindsay, Arizona. Mark Lindsay, Arizona. Peace in the Valley. So yeah, this is, I guess technically Elvis's second gospel album. They repackaged some of the hits. Like most of these Elvis albums after he died, they were reissued 30 different ways. But there's a different Elvis gospel album with a different title. That's probably the one you're looking for. And I'm sure we have them. I just can't put my hands on them. What's on the Pat Benatar and David Bosworth on Four Seasons. We got a couple Pat Benatars in here. Debbie, I will read you this one, Tropico. If you're looking for hits, not on this one unless you were just familiar with some of these songs. Diamond Field, We Belong, Painted Desert, Temporary Heroes, Love in the Ice Age, Ooh Ooh Song, The Outlaw Blues, Suburban King, a Crazy World Like This, and Taking It Back. Taking It Back. So, all right, let me recap that being right quick. We've got lots of goodies in here still. Bebop Deluxe, surprised no one bought that. Art Link Letter, Jethro Tull, Jim Croce, Fleetwood Mac, Simon and Garfunkel's Greatest Hits, We Belong. Yeah, I guess you could consider that a hit. So that is a hit. My bad. Sorry, getting some stretching in. Golf, we'll be teeing off to play golf here in no time. Okay. Foreigner, Billy Joel, Quarter Flash, Pat Benatar, Wet Willie's Greatest Hits, Ricky Van Shelton. Some great records in here. These are all in excellent condition too. These all came from the same place. UFO, that's the only one that looks like the covers, but maybe less than VG Plus, but it's very nice vinyl. Joan Armatrading, Gary and the Pacemakers, Dean Martin Houston. No one bought Saturday Night Fever? That's one of the best-selling albums of all time, too. The Buckingham's Greatest Hits, Tina Turner, Exotica, Santana, Savoy Brown, Mark Lindsay, Elvis, and Pat Benatar. Okay, Stacy on Wet Willie. Let me get back to the top here. I got several. Stacy on Wet Willie. Wet Willie. I'm getting close. And then Rydell Martin on Pat Benatar. Let me find, there's Wet Willie. Then Rydell Martin on Pat Benatar. Jim Anstant on Gary and the Pacemakers. Gary and the Pacemakers, that was up front here. Right here, that's sold to Jim Anstant. Travis said, I called UFO. I must have missed that, but you're in luck because I still got it. Where's UFO at? Travis, that either didn't pop up on mine earlier or I overlooked it. Either way, though, Travis Parmalee, you got UFO, and I must have missed that. So, we're caught up now. All right, if anybody else wants anything in there, just please let me know. We almost emptied out that bin, too. I'm going to show a crate, the Bebop Deluxe. The cover, pretty nice. It's on Harvest. It's $24.99. No condition notes on it. It looks like it has the original vinyl. It's very, very nice. Very, very nice. Covers, because it's a black cover, I'm going to call it a VG+. How much is Bebop Deluxe? Slayer. No, Slayer Rain and Blood, for it being their most popular album, it's not in print right now. I had somebody ask the other day. We have about everything Slayer except that one. But no, we don't have that one. Did I have one too many?
No.
Oh. So yeah, this came in. They were all spoken for, but this is a new release from Pearl Jam. It's a new repackaging. They're doing these things. A lot of bands are doing this now. It's called the Tour Edition. The cover is like foil, and I don't know if the OGs are like that, but it does have, I think this is what's extra. It's a live CD. It's a live CD, all new live tracks or unreleased live tracks, Tour Edition. These are $64.99. $64.99. And when they came in, they were all spoken for. If anybody else wants one, we can still get them. It's Pearl Jam Gigaton Tour Edition, which the bonus item is the 11-track live CD. Is it a scramble? Not sure I'd want you on my team going no sleep. Well, it is, but I guess I'm the A player, so if I'm not in good form tomorrow, it's not going to be a good day, I guess. Unless Seth can carry us. That would be funny. That would be it. I'm joking. Okay. This is a special order for Tim Smith. So we showed these KISS picture discs. We showed these the other day, and I put them on sale. And then a lot of people watching for the first time didn't know we had them. And then I had a couple people want a set. So I actually sold 2 complete sets, and then I ordered these for Tim Smith. I think I can still get all 4 of them if anybody wants them. All 4 of the new KISS picture disc are $144.99, and that's kind of like a bundle. They discount, from what we were selling them for, but they are still in stock, and I don't know if I'll carry them anymore. But that's just something we had come in that was already sold. If anybody wants one of those, let me know. I heard Seth was the A player. Seth is not the A player. No, not quite. All right, let me go through a crate of new vinyl. This is just a few titles here. So this is new vinyl, but this is stuff from that collection. So there's all kinds of different stuff in here. There's out of print stuff. It's just, you'll see. So I'm going to do this half crate and a full crate, and then we'll get back to vintage. But there's probably some stuff in here that will interest everybody. Was this Labello? Who was this? Ed? Is he up here? Labello? How did you say this? Tovello? What did we agree on this one? Tovello. That's a T. Okay. Tovello. Sunshine. Yeah, Tovelo. Sunshine Kitty. Tovello is $79.99. I think that's an out-of-print record. Tovello. Sunshine Kitty. $79.99. Humble Quest, Maureen Morris, $29.99. Marin Morris, excuse me. Could be pronounced both ways, right? How'd you say it? Marin? That don't sound right. George Buchanan on Tov, sold to George Buchanan. Marin Morris, by the way, these are all new and sealed, $29.99. Dream Theater, $51.99. A View from the Top of the World, $51.99 on Dream Theater. That's new and sealed. John Mayer, Heavier Things, John Mayer is $28.99. Heavier Things, $28.99. Orville Peck Bronco. Orville Peck Bronco, $34.99. New and sealed. Orville Peck Bronco. Blink 182 Greatest Hits is $37.99. Blink 182 Greatest Hits, $37.99. Ghost Prequel. Ghost Prequel, $28.99. Cindy Jones wants the John. That was the John Mayer, sold to Cindy Jones. Ghost Prequel, $28.99. Courtney Eatman on JM. That was John Mayer. Do we have any more of those? I don't think we do. Not Heavier Things. Papa Chubby, Back to New York City. Papa Chubby, Back to New York City, $24.99. Papa Chubby, Back to New York City. Black Sabbath, Paranoia. This is $34.99. Black Sabbath BBC Sunday Show, London, 1970, 180-gram purple vinyl. The classic UK live radio broadcast collection. BBC Sunday Show, Broadcasting House of London, 26th of April, 1970. Live Black Sabbath, $34.99. Stacy Brown wants Blink 182. Sold to Stacy Brown, Blink 182. U2, Thrill Me, Kiss Me, Hold Me. The Gotham Experience remix is $49.99. And on the back side is the original mix, U2, $49.99. Hold Me, Thrill Me, Kiss Me, Gotham remix, and the original mix. Sealed. Kanye West, The College Dropout, is $129.99. Now this one is interesting because it just came back in print, but from what we can determine, this may be, from the barcode and what we think, may be a 2004 press, which Kanye stuff, any of it, when it goes out of print, or OG presses, they're not cheap. But this is Kanye, The College Dropout, $129.99. Crowbar, Zero and Below. Crowbar, Zero and Below, featuring the tracks Chemical Gods and Bleeding from Every Hole, limited edition, A-side, B-side. This has like 9 variation of colors, I believe. It's a bunch. This is sky blue, gray, and white, $34.99. Crowbar is sealed. So Crowbar, Kanye West, U2, Black Sabbath, Papa Chubby, Ghost, Orville Peck, Dream Theater, and Maren Morris. That's the first crate. Let's grab the second crate. This is a full crate. Daft Punk, Random Access Memories, $37.99. Random Access Memories, $37.99. Daft Punk. Keen, Hopes and Fears, $24.99. Lee Scratch Perry, Rise Again, $24.99. Cypress Hill 4, $25.99. Cypress Hill 4. U2, Fire, 40th Anniversary Edition, picture disc, U2, $19.99. $19.99. I think that might be the actual, this was original Record Store Day release. David Howard on the Keane Brothers. So that's right here, David Howard. Brian White, You're Second. Paul Beal on R.A. R.A. was maybe Random Access. Is that where we're at here, Paul Beal? Is that for you? And then George Buchanan on Scratch. And Cindy Jones was second. Cypress Hill, U2. Johnny Winter with Dr. John, live in Sweden, 1987. $23.99. Paul said Rise Against. What was that something? Okay, so he was first to that then. So hand me back Random Access Memories. So Keane went to David Howard. Paul Beal, you're first to Rise Against. And then George was next, and then Cindy Jones. Okay, we got that fixed. Jimmy Rogers, Feeling Good. $19.99. Jimmy Rogers, Feeling Good. Robin Ford, A Day in Nashville, new tracks recorded live, $19.99. The Derek Trucks Band, Road Songs, music on vinyl, limited, 1,500. Blue vinyl, 4-page booklet, $44.99. Music on vinyl, $44.99. Nas, King's Disease 2, $27.99. We got 2 of those. Stephen Steele's Live, that's an OG, and it is sealed, $24.99. Sealed. The shrink is torn just lightly in a couple spots. Brent Rabley on Derek Trucks. So if you just joined us, this is new vinyl, but this was stuff that was sold to us. I have a customer who collects a lot of new vinyl. I mean, he goes to record store day. When he goes to record store day, he'll buy 3 and 4 copies of something. And he has an awesome OG collection. And every once in a while, he has sold us some stuff. And I think I've been the only person he's ever sold anything to. But he goes to a lot of places. And like I said, when new releases come out, he doesn't get 1. And sometimes he gets 2 or 3. So he has a lot of records. And this is all new stuff that we bought from him. That's what this is. Okay, so Derek Trucks sold to Brent Rabley. Wayne on Ford. What was Ford? Ford. Robin Ford. That sold to Wayne Heat. So a lot of this I've never seen. We kind of agreed on a price, and he was just coming through from Texas on his way east, and I really didn't even unbox all these. Ed and Seth have looked at most of them. So this is the first time I've seen most of these. As usual. U2 Boy, $26.99. Sounds like a fantastic price since this is out of print. Remastered audio with 16-page book. U2 Boy, new and sealed, $26.99. Panic at the Disco, Death of a Bachelor. Panic at the Disco is $19.99. And Linda Ronstadt, What's New? Linda Ronstadt is $19.99. Tommy Green on Boy. Robert Johnson was next. Panic at the Disco is $19.99. Panic at the Disco, this is limited edition silver vinyl, $19.99. That's a OG of Linda Ronstadt, $19.99. So, Boy, U2, and then who ended up with Scratch? Paul Beal did. He was first, George. He was first. He put RA for Rise Against. And Retro Class Entertainment on Pan. Panic at the Disco. That's sold to Rydell Martin. Okay. Motorhead, Death or Glory. Motorhead is $24.99. Motorhead, Death or Glory, $24.99. He probably visits multiple stores. He probably goes to, like, I know when some people are out record day shopping, looking for titles that are definitely going to increase in value, they kind of go store to store. So, but I don't know. I guess you can only buy one. I've never been to a record store day. I've never been to a record store on record store day. Never have. Never have done that before. John Sheehan on Motorhead. Richard Davis was second, and Chris Cornsey. Some people's like, how in the world? You own a record store, you sell thousands of records. Never have been to a record store day at all. I'm waiting for them to let us do it here. Dead Letter Office, REM. Dead Letter Office, REM, $24.99. That's actually an out-of-print title, too. Dead Letter Office, $24.99. There'll probably be about 300 people want that one. Smashing Pumpkins, Inside the Dream Machine, 1993. Smashing Pumpkins live radio broadcast, $23.99. That is something I've also never seen before. What do we have here? Richard Davis. So John Sheehan on Motorhead. Richard Davis was second, then Chris Cornsey. Then after that, we've got, let's see, Tyler Browning on REM. Tyler Browning on REM. He was first to that one. Tyler Browning, and then John Wilson, then Rob Gilligan, then Jason F., then Corey Wade, then Leslie Holt, then Robert Johnson, then Walt Cruz, then Cindy Jones, and then David Cox was first on Smashing Pumpkins. David Cox first on Smashing Pumpkins, then Paul Beal, then William Simmons, then Kevin Tays. Wow, that's some stuff in here we probably should have auctioned. Tedeschi Trucks Band, High and Mighty, $29.99. Blue vinyl, Tedeschi Trucks Band, High and Mighty, $29.99. Tedeschi Trucks Band, Signs. Tedeschi Trucks, $31.99. Signs. Bill Lloyd, Working the Long Game, $19.99. Bill Lloyd, Working the Long Game. Can't read this one. What does this say? Locrian. Locrian. Infinite. They like left off half the letters. Now, why would you do this? Infinite Dissolution. If I'm going to name a band, I'm going to be like, I guess Led Zeppelin did the same thing, though. You couldn't really, their fourth album, you didn't even know who it was, but they already had a pretty good running track by that point. Okay, Robin Walker on Ted. That was Tedeschi. So Robin Walker, your pick. You've got, he wants both. Robin on both. Brent, you were second, and Brent also wanted both. And then Frank, you were third. Bill Lloyd, the band or person, I don't know who it is. The London Suede. The London Suede, Love and Poison. $22.99. The London Suede, Love and Poison. That was a Record Store Day release. Intruder, Gary Newman. Intruder, $32.99. Motorhead, $29.99. Everything Louder Than Everyone Else. Hamburg, Germany, 1998. Motorhead, $29.99. Walt Cruz on Suede, the London Suede. Walt, when we were going through a lot of these, we're like, yeah, these are probably going to be Walt Cruz titles. Richard Davis, you were first that time. Motorhead, you even put the two little dots over the O. That must like you must type out Motorhead so much it autocorrects first. It even got the little whatever that's called above that. John Sheehan, you're second. David Howard, you were third. Mike Langford on MJ. Mike Langford on MJ. That was, what was MJ? MJ. That might have been Motorheaded autocorrected. Show me first on Tedeschi. Probably on your feed, Brent. On your feed on Facebook, it's always going to look that way. It's always going to look that way. But on the main feed that's on the screen, you were second. But on the Facebook chat at the bottom, you're always going to be first. So, okay. The Raspberries. This is I've never seen a reissue of this. Raspberries is $23.99. Eric Carmen, Raspberries. Sweet Disco Comp. Wow. $23.99. Look at all those songs. Sweet Disco Comp, $23.99. So the feed that's embedded for a lot of people watching for the first time or kind of new to us, the feed that's on your screen, the little tiny print that you may not even be able to see, that is the official feed. And I have the same thing right here. And it's the same thing. It's just embedded on yours. Now, if you're watching on the Facebook app, which I don't want to leave, but if you're watching on the Facebook app, the video is going to be up here unless you're watching horizontally. And then down here is going to be the chat. What you see down here in the chat, it's going to be different for everybody. It rarely replicates the same from phone to phone. So that's how that works. And the reason we have this whole new setup is so everybody can see who exactly was first. Okay, Sweet Disco, So Does Stacy. And then Stacy Brown was second. Well, Stacy Metternich was first, then Stacy Brown, then Rydell Martin. We also have people watching on Facebook and YouTube. So if you're just watching the Facebook chat, and then Rydell comments over on YouTube, it definitely won't show up on your Facebook chat. Same thing for YouTube. He can't see any Facebook comments unless he's looking on the screen. This is an OG, Donna Summer, Sealed, 1999, Donna Summer, Love Is in Control, 1999. Stills and Collins, wow, I didn't know they did this. Stephen Stills and Judy Collins, Together at Last, everybody knows, limited edition yellow vinyl. I didn't even know that was a thing, $24.99. Stephen Stills and Judy Collins. John and Yoko, Unfinished Music Volume 2. That's a new sealed reissue. Just $19.99. Some great prices on this stuff. The Rolling Stones Voodoo Lounge Uncut. Triple live. I know this is out of stock or out of print. $49.99. The Rolling Stones Voodoo Lounge Uncut. $49.99. That was some great records right there that I've never seen before. Bobby Long, A Winter Tale. Bobby Long is $19.99. The Young Blondes, or excuse me, the Long Blondes couples, they have a couple albums that aren't cheap at all. Is that who I'm thinking of? The Long Blondes? They had one time that was up there in the hundreds for us we sold. $22.99. Mike Langford on, I think this one right here, the the John Lennon and Yoko. That's sold to Mike Langford, Mick LaFoot. John Sheehan on RS. John Sheehan, first to the Rolling Stones. Brent Rabley, you were second, and Leslie Holt, you were third. Long Lost, Save Yourself, Start Again. Long Lost is $19.99. For those that's wondering, 4 non-blondes, maybe that's it. For those that's wondering, we are going to pause at 9:30. And when we come back, we 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 7 crates still to show of this and vintage vinyl. 7 crates. That's crazy. You'll definitely want to come back for part 2. I feel like we shouldn't even stop. So, but we probably should. Seth's over there mumbling underneath his breath. We have $21.99. Lindsay Lohan. Lindsay Lohan. A little more personal. $21.99. Okay, so Stones. Cindy Jones, you were second on the John Lennon. And Josh, the Stones already sold, but J.R. Pepper 21, but the Voodoo Lounge would have been from the 90s. Machinery of Joy, On the Verge of Sleep, $19.99. The release date for the Stones was 2018, but that tour, the Voodoo tour, was late 90s. Seth MacFarlane, Once in a While. Seth MacFarlane, $59.99. Seth MacFarlane. Is that the same? Is that him? Was this a comedy album or something? 50. Is there a couple in here? Is this a comedy album, or is he like doing music? Okay. Seth MacFarlane, $59.99. A crooner. Yeah, I could see that. I know he can do about 500 different voices. It's amazing. If y'all have ever, he's the Family Guy guy. So, Cale Baxley, A Night That Never Dies, $21.99. Who Cares? Rex Orange County's new album, Rex Orange County, $21.99. John Mayall, Find a Way to Care. John Mayall, $24.99. Never seen that one too. And Sometime in New York City, John and Yoko. Never seen a sealed reissue of this. Just $24.99. And we've got, he looks familiar. I've seen this before. It's Juice WRLD, Fighting Demons. Juice WRLD, $27.99. And the last one is another John Lennon. And it is John Lennon, Walls and Bridges, a reissue. They even made the cover die cut just like the original. $24.99 for Mr. Lennon. Lindsay Lohan date. That Lindsay Lohan album came out in, it's originally a 2005 release. This is a 2021. That was for George Buchanan. And then Robert Johnson, first on John Mayall. Robert Johnson on John Mayall. And Cindy Jones wants the John and Yoko. That's sold to Cindy Jones. I never see too many people comment Yoko. That's kind of rare. All right, let me flip back through this bin very quickly. We got, let's do it from the back. And some of these I'm not familiar with. I may have to do it again. Okay, so George Buchanan on Lohan. Lohan, that was the one I just showed, Lindsay Lohan. And then Retro put II or LL. Lindsay, okay, so Retro was second. I missed your Long Blondes claim. I may have. So, Walt, let me go ahead and pull that for you. Long Blonde, sold to Walt Cruz. All right, let me go back through this crate again. Geddy Lee solo album. I don't. I've been looking for that myself, Brad. We got an email a while back saying, hey, we're going to get some of the more Geddy Lee solo albums. And I went in and put in for like 20. And I replied to the email like immediately. And I didn't get any. So, very, very tough allocation on that. Okay, Cypress Hill. These are all new sealed records, but there's not much in here that's over $30. All new and sealed. Cypress Hill 4, U2 Fire picture disc. If you want to know a price, just let me know. Johnny Winter with Dr. John live in Sweden. Random Access Memories, Daft Punk. Jimmy Rogers, Nos. We have 2 of those. Stephen Stills. Now, that's sealed, but it's an OG. That's an original record. One side's electric, one side's acoustic. Stephen Stills. That is $24.99. Linda Ronstadt, Bill Lloyd. I don't know who that is. Gary Newman, Raspberries, Donna Summer, that's a sealed OG. Stephen Stills and Judy Collins. Bobby Long, Save Yourself, Start Again, Long Lost. Machinery of Joy. Seth MacFarlane, that one's $59.99. I think that's the most expensive one left in there. Cale Baxley, Rex Orange County, Juice World, and John Lennon. And price on Cypress Hill. Cypress Hill was $25.99. Cypress Hill's $25.99. Yeah, that REM, I didn't know that was in here. I probably would have pulled that out and auctioned it because REM stuff, that album is not in print. Their stuff kind of comes in cycles. And I hadn't seen a reissue of that since I've been doing this. I don't think they've pressed that record. So, Raspberry, sold to Travis Parmalee. Sold to Travis. And Paul Bill said he will take the Cypress Hill. Anybody else? I'm going to grab, let me do a quick, for these last 12 minutes, let me do a recap of all the new vinyl we've shown tonight. And then when we come back, it'll be all new arrivals. We'll be back at 10 o'clock. We're going to go charge, eat, and all that. And we'll be back from like 10 to midnight tonight. We'll have a ton of new stuff. And I hope you can stick with us because if you can stay up late, it'll be worth it. We have stuff that is amazing. Stuff like that. We got 4 more crates like this. I think Kale is probably pronounced Kyle since it's a guy singing. Probably so. I have no idea on that though. All right, let me grab the new vinyl from this week. Especially for those. It's really just, what, one crate? Where's it all at? It may just be this one crate. Is it just this one crate? Yeah, there's not much. I actually can do this in just a couple minutes. So, yeah, there's not much here. We have the Eagles' Greatest Hits, $44.99. That's volumes 1 and 2. Take It Easy, Witchy Woman, Lion Eyes, Already Gone, Desperado, One of These Nights, Tequila Sunrise, Take It to the Limit, Peaceful Easy Feeling, Best of My Love, Hotel California, Heartache Tonight, Seven Bridges Road, Victim of Love, Sad Cafe, Life in the Fast Lane, I Can't Tell You Why, New Kid in Town, The Long Run, and After the Thrill Is Gone. $44.99. Track list for Johnny. Craig may not have that one because it's kind of a, I think that's technically an unofficial, but let me pull it for you. Track list. That's right here. This is for Tommy Flowers. Sound the Bell, Don't Take Advantage of Me, Mojo Boogie, Sugar Sweet, Love, Life, and Money, and Jumpin' Jack Flash. I think you missed my claim on that one too. I guess I did. I'm just not seeing your comments, I guess, Walt. So Walt also wanted Kyle. Plus, it looked like a girl on the cover, so I don't know where I came up with. So that, Kale, whatever I was saying. The band with Jersey City on it. Where are you seeing that, Pet? And I will gladly show it to you. We just lost power in Hermitage since 9:10. Uh-oh. That's not good. Well, it's dark outside now. I see lightning, though, for sure. Okay, and Derek Bowman said he'll take an Eagles. Great. I got a bunch of these. I would love to sell out of these by the end of the week. So there's the Eagles. I got 2. Should have 8 left now. 2, 4. I thought somebody commented in the post that they wanted one of these, and I couldn't find it anymore. So I don't know if they deleted it or what happened. So, hey, Chad, the Black Sabbath small crate, how much in the track list? Sure. I got to go back through those too. Let me put them over here with the other ones. Yeah, so the other crate had Crowbar, Kanye West, U2, and here's Black Sabbath. They only had 2. When this came out, they only had 2 albums out, so it looks like they're doing Paranoid live. Black Sabbath, War Pigs, Fairies Wear Boots, Behind the Wall of Sleep, Paranoid, Iron Man, and Blue Suede Shoes. $34.99. Purple vinyl. Hoping you have one. Oh, okay. Not that I'm aware of. Def Leppard High and Dry. Def Leppard High and Dry, $34.99. We have sold a lot of those this week. Still got a bunch. I had a bunch ordered. And then Radiohead, $44.99 in rainbows. $44.99. I've still got all 3 of those. Radiohead in rainbows. Porcupine Tree, $36.99. New album, highly reviewed. And Dolly Parton, Jolene, $26.99. Dolly Parton, Jolene. And we've sold out a lot of stuff tonight, so we can bring some of that back. Well, we'll reorder it and we'll have it back on Thursday. Whoa, almost lost my balance. But we had a Star is Born soundtrack. We've had a lot of stuff, and we sold out of it. We'll have those back again on Thursday. So, okay, there's the Counting Crows, August and everything after. That was $49.99, and I guess I got one copy left of Red Dead Redemption, the music of Red Dead Redemption. That is on 2LP red vinyl, 45 RPM. That is $36.99. And I had the Bruce Springsteen box set. I guess that's all the new vinyl left from tonight. We've sold about 3 crates full. Bruce Springsteen, 1987, 1996. $249.99. Okay, let me set this stuff over here. Let me put Johnny Winter up. Let me get started on a crate of vintage, and then that's where that'll be a good teaser for when we get started when we come back. I've got a short crate here. What happened to the check condition crate? Oh, it's up here. Wow, we got 8 crates. I forgot about this check condition crate. We still got 8 crates to go through. That's an entire show, 8 crates that we're going to try to do during part 2. Dio Holy Diver, a VG copy for $22.99. VG copy for $22.99, and it's a gold stamp promo. I think this was from Kevin's collection. I'm pretty sure this was from Kevin's collection. So a lot of the stuff in Kevin's collection, we still got great stuff like this, but it's more like check condition. It's a lot of check condition stuff. So if you've noticed, we hadn't put a lot of check condition stuff out from Kevin's collection. That's a lot of what's left back there. Boz Scaggs, Slow Dancer, EX, $17.99. Boz Scaggs. Gordon Lightfoot, Cold on the Shoulder, VG Plus, $14.99. The Outlaws, Ghost Riders. Outlaws is a VG Plus, $14.99. Pink Floyd, Animals, VG Plus, $49.99. VG Plus, $49.99. That's a pretty clean VG Plus copy. Nice cover too. Check condition is anything less than anything EX or less. So they're not near mint copies. They're EX or better. So on a 10 scale, they're a 6 or less. They're not near mint copies. Chris Wood Sr. gets the Dio. Tracks on Gordon Lightfoot. Cold on the Shoulder has Bend in the Water. Rainy Day People. Cold on the Shoulder. The Soul is the Rock. The Bells of the Evening. Rainbow Trout. A Tree Too Weak to Stand. All the Lovely Ladies. Fine as Fine Can Be. Cherokee Band. Now and Then. Slide On Over. So I'll tell you the grade. Instead of just showing you the record, I'll kind of let you know the condition of the vinyl. Gordon Lightfoot, Steely Dan's Greatest Hits. A VG Plus, $24.99. Wow. VG Plus, is this RL mastering? Some of these are Bob Lugwood cuts. That side's not, but it's weird. Some sides are, some sides aren't. Yeah, see side 2 here. It's got RL in the dead wax. Robert Lugwood, just like the same guy who did the hot cut of Zeppelin 2. VG Plus, $24.99. Last Exit, Traffic, is a VG copy, $9.99. Eddie McKenna wants Steely Dan. Sold to Eddie McKenna. Little Feat, Feats Don't Fail Me Now. VG Plus, $14.99. Matt Algram, you were second on Steely Dan. Journey, that one's Infinity. VG Plus, $14.99. And some of these, we visually grade them. Like we test played the Metallica, the OG copy of Metallica Load. We test played it today, and we've had it graded forever, a VG copy, and I think that's why a lot of people hadn't bought it. It sounds VG Plus or better. So sometimes we'll put VG Plus on a record just visually, and this thing might not have very little noise on it when you listen to it. It's kind of a visual grading. That's sold to Travis Parmalee. Chris DeMoss, you're second. Then Robert Johnson. The Grassroots. I've listened to this a bunch. Grassroots 16 Greatest Hits. This is EX $12.99. EX $12.99. George Thorogood and the Destroyers is EX $17.99. And Jeff Beck Group. Jeff Beck EX $17.99. An EX record is very close to near mint. If you hear me say EX, let's see here. It's just got to be something. I mean, I guess just these sleeve scuffs, that's still a very clean record. And we put out a lot of stuff that says VG Plus that's nice too. Some of it's VG Plus, and then you actually test play, and it has a little bit more noise than you would expect. So It's kind of hit or miss on that kind of stuff. I've listened to records that look near mint that sound VG plus. So, Steely Dan, Countdown to Ecstasy, EX70. Excuse me. I was trying to say their name and the price. $32.99 is the price. EX $32.99. Chris DeMoss wants George Thorogood. So did Chris DeMoss. How much was JB? Jeff Beck, Debbie was $17.99. Phil Collins, no jacket required. Phil is in shrink wrap. VG Plus, $14.99. And Eric Clapton, The Journeyman, VG Plus. We don't get that one in too often. One of his, what is it, late 80s, 89. VG Plus, $24.99. Eric Clapton, The Journeyman. Pretending. Last time I seen him, or the only time I seen him, that's the track he opened up with. Great song. Eddie McKenna on Steely Dan, and John Wilson on Eric Clapton. I think we need to stop right there. We're on a roll. I hate to stop. One thing I can feel, I know I'm slowing down, which means I need some food, and I need another energy drink, and I definitely need some water. So I'm going to post in the group and let everybody know we've got 8 crates we've never been through. It is 9:28. We'll be back at 9:30, and I hope that you can come back. Maybe you're off tomorrow. Maybe you can at least come back from like 10 to 11. We've got fantastic stuff. And then probably anything we show tonight during part 2, I'm going to set aside, and we definitely will try to recap it at some point in the week. John hasn't been able to be here a lot, and so we may, we'll be having a lot of new vinyl, but we'll definitely have new vintage arrivals too on Saturday. But either way, 2-minute break. No, my bad. We're going to come back at 10 o'clock. My bad, 10 o'clock. Did I say 9:30? Y'all know what I mean. 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock. Debbie wants JB. That was Jeff Beck. Excuse me, Jeff Beck. Jeff Beck to Debbie. All right. Let's pause there. That's Debbie's. We'll be back in 30 minutes. It's 9:30 now. We'll be back.